tuning into the ITT Tech pregame show. I'm Phil Elson on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE, along with MinorLeagueBaseball.com. Back at the studios, Benny Petrie. Tough times right now for the Travs. They've lost 6 consecutive ball games after dropping a pair to the Wranglers on Saturday night. Wichita.
S399 to stop the event. Starting streaming now.
7th inning in Game 2. Also lost in 8 innings on homers in the 9th by Alex Gordon and Dee Brown, and Wichita pulls out a 6-4 victory in the second game. So the Wranglers came into this series with a 2.5 game lead over the Travelers. Have opened up a 5.5 game lead over Arkansas, knocking the Travs into a tie for third place with the Tulsa Drillers. Springfield took over second place with a win last night. The Cardinals defeated the Drillers 8-6. So Wichita with 21 victories and 15 losses. They've got the best record in the North Division by 4.5 games, and are starting to see the most daylight between the first and second place teams in the second half. So Wichita certainly picked a great time to play their best baseball. Meanwhile, the Travs just come down to pitching. It's as simple as that. The Travelers have allowed 19 home runs over the last 8 games, and Wichita in this series has smacked 10 homers as they've become the hottest offense in the circuit right now. So the Travs will look to Rafael Rodriguez to toe the rubber and give a strong 7th-inning performance tonight. Rafi making his 18th start as a Traveler, his record 4-6 with a 7.15 ERA, and has had some trouble against the Wranglers this year. Wichita has hit against them 3.17 average, and his ERA against the Wranglers 7.47. Meanwhile, Wichita sends a struggling left-hander to the mound, Neal Musser, who picked up victories in his first 4 decisions, but over his last 5 starts in the month of July, the ERA is over 8.67. It'll be his 11th start as a Wrangler with a record of 4-2. Musser has put together a 4.81 earned run average. Although it's a beautiful night for baseball here in Little Rock, it is still a little bit of a sad day. The Travelers today, and it was quite unexpected, will be doing without the services of manager Tyrone Boykin for an unspecified amount of time. Unfortunately, Ty has to tend to family business and not quite sure when he's able to make it back. And so right now the Travelers are going to be playing under the tutelage of Keith Johnson, who did manage Arkansas for 1 game when Ty Boykin was ejected back in the first half of the season. So although the Travelers certainly will be playing just as hard as ever, doing without their manager for the foreseeable future. Not quite sure when Ty will be able to report back to the team. So right now, Travs are going without Ty Boykin. And it's another also kind of a sad day of baseball. I wouldn't say kind of a sad. It is a sad day for baseball in the city of Wichita, as reports have surfaced from local media outlets in Wichita that it will be made official tomorrow that the city of Springdale will be holding a press conference in which they'll announce that they've signed a lease with the Wichita Wranglers to move there for 2008. So 2 teams going through separate problems right now. Wichita's been doing most of the winning here in this series, winning all 3. Coming up next on the pregame show, we're going to sit down and talk with the beat writer from the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, Todd Traub, who's got a lot of insight into what's going on in Springdale, figure out what's happening with Ty Boykin as well. And Todd will join us right after these words on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Weird. I mean, I remember eating the wings. Yeah, the wings were good. Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer? I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC Powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to Little Rock Three-Winder Field in the ITT Tech pregame show. I'm Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. Proud to be joined by the baseball beat writer from the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, Todd Traub. And Todd, it's turning out to be a very newsworthy day, notwithstanding what's going to happen on the field today. But a couple of things I want to bring up. First and foremost is the very sad news that I'd heard from Ty Boykin this morning that he has to leave. The ball club, he left today at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, going back home I think he was going to South Carolina where his parents live. Unfortunately, his mother came down ill. You had a chance to talk with Keith Johnson, who's going to be taking over as the manager for the foreseeable future. What did Keith say the situation is with Ty, and if the team expects to have Ty Boykin back at the helm at any point this year?
Yeah, right now the anticipation is they won't see Ty back this season. His mother requiring surgery. We're not sure how serious it is, but certainly serious enough for him to stay away for an indefinite amount of time. I know his family had just come out to pay him a visit. His sons were going to make their annual stay here, and so the whole family ended up packing up and leaving town today, as you pointed out. And Keith told me that he feels like they're going to have to plan to be without Ty for quite some time, if not the rest of the season, and they're going to use a collection of rovers to help them coach the bases, and now Keith Johnson's sitting in the big chair down in the Travelers' office.
It sounds like the college of coaches that the Cubs used in the 60s, of course, under much different circumstances.
Travs fans might be hoping for better results, too.
They might be, but on the other hand, losing somebody that has been a big part of the Travelers-Angels relationship for the rest of the season, and who knows if Ty will be back as the manager next year. Ty was the hitting coach for the team in 2002, managed 03 and 04, managed this year. He's managed some of the great players that have come through Little Rock over the last few years. Bobby Jenks, Derek Turnbow, Frankie Rodriguez, he was a coach when he was here. Mike O'Keefe, Dallas McPherson, Casey Kochman, and Brandon Wood this year. You kind of feel like, it has been a tough year for Ty. It has been a tough year for the team, but losing a little bit of the heart of what this franchise has been about this year.
Yeah, he's been in a situation where he began his managerial career at Class A Cedar Rapids. That's low A ball in the Midwest League, and then he jumps up to hitting coach at Arkansas, then manages 2 years here at Double A. Then he goes down to Single A, High A, and manages Rancho Cucamonga. And so in that process, he's been able to handle so many of the Angels prospects in the last 5 or so years. You only have to go back as far as last season to talk about Howie Kendrick, Brandon Wood, Jared Weaver, some of these guys that impressed us so much here last year. And now, of course, Brandon Wood came up this year with Ty and has made an impression here. So, he's definitely had a hand in things for quite some time as far as Angels development goes.
You mentioned Brandon Wood. I played from last year, this year as well. Matt Brown the same way. Bobby Wilson played from last year. Matt Pauley, Rafael Rodriguez. A lot of the guys on this team have played for Ty for the last 2 years. Did you get a chance to talk to any of the guys in the clubhouse and see maybe some of their reaction?
I talked to Brandon, and I think he probably spoke for the team when he said that their hopes and their thoughts are with Tyrone first, and that they hope things work out well for him. And winning games is certainly going to be what they're going to try to do for the rest of the season. But they're not going to get all upset and put themselves first and worry about, what are we going to do without a manager right now? Because, as I said, their hearts are with Tyrone, and they're hoping that things are going to work out well. And they have a lot of faith in Keith Johnson. He's no stranger to the team. He's been here all season and coached the bases and worked with the guys. So it's not like there's going to be a complete restructuring of the coaching staff or anything like that.
Now let's change gear completely to the other team that the Travs are playing today, the Wichita Wranglers. Reports have surfaced that there's going to be a news conference tomorrow in Springdale, Arkansas, where there will be an official announcement, that the Rich Corporation, the Rich family, will be moving the Wichita Wranglers to Springdale in 2008, and the 2007 will be a lame duck season at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. What have you heard?
I think you can expect the move to probably go through at some point, although I would honestly say I wouldn't necessarily expect an announcement tomorrow. There are some hang-ups with this deal. There have been for some time since the voters narrowly passed the sales tax to build this $33 million ballpark in Springdale. The city leaders in Wichita have stepped in to try to save the team in an 11th-hour effort. It could be just some political posturing on their part, but I believe the team is legally bound to exercise a 30-day option to allow the city to at least attempt to buy the club. So an announcement might not be as forthcoming as we'd like to think.
Apparently, as I'd understood, they were even thinking of not having to stick to that agreement, and apparently thinking that they're not breaking the lease somehow, and I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, there may have been some loophole at work there, but I talked to a reporter at our Northwest Bureau today who's been following the story closely, and he seems to think that there may be yet a delay in the announcement because of these issues. If it happens tomorrow, great. It'll finally be a done deal, and all parties can move forward. But I will be pleasantly surprised if there is an announcement made tomorrow.
Kind of ironic in a very sad way, if you think about it, that the Wranglers are playing their best baseball of the year right now, and yet probably nobody in Wichita is aware of that, because all they're thinking about is the fact that they may be moving the franchise. And at the same time, the Wranglers are on this long 17-game road trip because of the National Baseball Conference Tournament, which is owned by the Rich Corporation, the ownership of the Wranglers as well, and that is thriving and doing very well.
Right, that's the event as well as college baseball that seems to be beating the Wranglers at their own game as far as attendance and notoriety in Wichita.
It's interesting because a lot of times you would worry about the game of baseball not being healthy in a city if they're about to lose a franchise, but that's not the case at all. In Wichita, baseball does very well. It's college baseball and amateur baseball, just not professional ball.
A lot of strange ironies in this situation, and not the least of which is that Arkansas is looking at the possibility of having an unprecedented 2 Texas League teams in a couple of years.
That's something I want to talk about in a little bit. We're going to have the national anthem performed in just a moment. So, Todd, I want to thank you for your time and giving us your insight, as always. And don't forget, Last at Bat is on sale here at Raywinder Field and of the Democrat Gazette. The history, the definitive history of Raywinder Field, and it was written by our good friend Todd Traub.
Thank you, Phil.
We'll be right back after this for the starting lineups on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T with its passion to invent and SBC with its drive to deliver have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
If you haven't been able to quit smoking for yourself, think about the people around you. Every year, secondhand smoke kills more than 40,000 non-smokers and causes over 400,000 cases of severe asthma in children. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Now. Stamp out smoking. A Healthy Arkansas initiative from the Arkansas Department of Health and Human Services.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, real world success.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDSC, North Little Rock.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field, where we're 4 minutes away from scheduled first pitch. Phil Elson with you on the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. We'll get to the starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Wichita Wranglers, the AA affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. First place in the North, 21-15 record. They are 4.5 games in front of the Springfield Cardinals. They'll have Chris Labansky leading off and playing left field, with the third baseman Alex Gordon batting second and the designated hitter Mike Sweeney following him. In right field is Dee Brown. He'll be cleaning up and on a 9-game hitting streak. Mitch Maier batting fifth in center field tonight with the second baseman Donnie Murphy in the sixth hole. First baseman is Kila Ka'aihue with Paul Bacco catching in his second game on the rehab. And rounding out the starting nine for the Wichita Wranglers is shortstop Ángel Sánchez. And the lineup for the Wranglers: Labansky, Gordon, Sweeney, Brown, Maier, Murphy, Ka'aihue, Bacco, and Sánchez for Frank White, Wichita Wranglers. The Arkansas Travelers, AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, last in third place in the Texas League North Division, tied with Tulsa. Travs 16-21. They played 2 more games than the Drillers have and are 5.5 games out of first place. And it's Keith Johnson on the helm tonight. Of course, with Ty Boykin not with the ball club, it will be Nathan Haynes in left field leading off. The designated hitter tonight, Aaron Teal, and 3-hitter shortstop Brandon Wood. Cleaning up tonight, third baseman Matt Brown. Terry Evans will be starting in right with Greg Porter at first base. Batting seventh and catching, Bobby Wilson. It will be Dwayne Bacon in center field, and rounding out the Travelers starting nine, second baseman Eric Rodland. And the lineup for the Travelers: Haynes, Teal, Wood, Brown, Evans, Porter, Wilson, Bacon, and Rodland for the Arkansas Travelers. So look at our pitching matchup. Travelers send 21-year-old right-hander Rafael Rodriguez to the hill. He'll be making his 18th AA appearance for the Travs. 4 wins, 6 losses, 7.15 ERA. League batting .326 against Rafi, and that includes a league-high 23 homers. And in 90 2/3 innings, Rafi's allowed 121 base hits. He has walked 37 and struck out 61 to go along with 10 wild pitches. He started the season at Single-A Rancho Cucamonga and won all 3 of his starts before getting the promotion to AA. Last time out, Rodriguez was the losing pitcher against the Springfield Cardinals, took a 5-2 loss, and gave up 5 runs in 6 innings, including a homer for the 4th consecutive start. Starting pitcher for the Wichita Wranglers tonight is Neal Musser. Musser is a 25-year-old left-hander from Otterbein, Indiana. He'll be making his 11th appearance with the Wranglers, all as a starting pitcher. He's gone 4-2 with a .481 ERA. And in those 10 starts, league batting .266 against him, including 9 homers. In 58 innings with 58 base hits allowed, he's walked 32 and struck out 43. Musser's original team, the New York Mets, did not re-sign him after last year, and he's bounced around this season. Started with AAA affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks in Tucson, where in 8 games went 1-3 with a .545 ERA. He was released on May 18th and signed very shortly by the Kansas City Royals, who sent him to their AAA affiliate in Omaha for 2 games, where he won a game, lost none, at a 186 earned run average. Musser has had some tough times recently. His ERA in the month of July is .867, and that includes a 14-7 loss at the hands of the Tulsa Drillers 6 days ago, where the Drillers scored 11 runs against Musser, including 4 homers in just 2 2/3 innings. His defense let him down a little bit. 6 of those 11 runs were unearned, but still 4 home runs over just 2 2/3 innings, and that is about as tough as it gets. Travelers have seen Musser a couple of times. He was outstanding in a 15-1 victory over the Travs on June 15th through 7 shutout innings in that ballgame. And the next time, the Travelers rallied against him quite a bit, scored 8 runs, 7 of them in the first 3 innings. He lasted 6, and Arkansas held on for a 9-7 win. Our Texas League umpire crew is Manuel Gonzalez behind the plate. It is the crew chief Jose Macias at third, and John Brammer calling the outs at first base. And the Travs taking the field here at Ray Winder. Coming up next, we'll have the first pitch on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Okay, here you go. The perfect house. So you ready to put in a bid? Oh, what? It's a pretty tight market, and I'd really hate to see you lose out.
It's the first house you've shown us.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Now working with the Century 21 agent. Century 21 agents pledge to keep showing you properties until you're satisfied. Only Century 21 agents offer the Century 21 service pledge to help reduce the stress of buying real estate. Century21.com. Real estate for your world.
The Century 21 pledge is offered by participating offices. Each office is independently owned and operated.
When good spark plugs go back, even a drive in the country is in jeopardy.
Hey, spark plugs, let's you Captain know there's some performance anxiety.
I don't understand. This has never happened before.
Yeah, whatever.
Her performance letting you down?
Who's this guy?
Autolite XP Extreme Performance Spark Plug, ma'am.
You seem different from the other spark plugs.
I have iridium-enhanced fine wire technology for faster ignition and optimum performance.
Ooh, that's hot.
Autolite, it's time to change your plug.
Well, Phil, it's Clunker Car Night at Ray Winder Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Traveler team, we've got them. We're the largest clunker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free, and the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 clunker car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Winder Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free clunker car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Time for some baseball here at Ray Winder Field. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Travelers Radio broadcast on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. I'm Phil Elson. We've got Benny Petrie back at the studios in Sherwood. And the Travelers in their white home uniforms are at their positions. And Rafael Rodriguez is about 7 pitches into his warm-up. Rafi's been up and down as a Traveler, quite a bit down, a 7.15 ERA, but he has given the Travs a few very strong starts here and there. Problem is, against the Wichita Wranglers, they seem to figure him out pretty well. This Wrangler ball club, and we go into this series really knowing it, they are not just stacked with very good Double-A talent, but with Paul Bacco and Mike Sweeney down on rehab, and the fact that Donnie Murphy started quite a few games for the Royals last year at second base. And Dee Brown also with a lot of Major League experience. This is a team that's probably better than your average Double-A squad. And so it's pretty tough coming into this series with the Wranglers as stacked as they are with outstanding Double-A talent and big-time Major League talent as well. And so Rafi does have his work cut out for him tonight. Here's one of the younger Double-A stars that the Wranglers have put out this year, Chris Lubansky. He'll be leading off and playing left field for Wichita tonight. Getting underway a couple of minutes late on a Monday evening. Rodriguez will deliver the first pitch of the night at 7:14. And it is a called strike on the outside corner. Lubansky, Alex Gordon, and Mike Sweeney at the top of the order. That's 2 lefties followed by a righty. Lubansky has homered 10 times this year. He's batting .273. An 0-1 fastball under the knees from Rodriguez in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Game time temperature here at Ray Winder Field. It is a balmy, hot, sunny, 96 degrees. Slow wind, 2 miles an hour, but it's picking up a little. And Lubansky takes the slider in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Chris Lubansky hit a tie-breaking homer on Friday in the opening game of the series after Mike Sweeney had tweaked his back. Lubansky pinch hit for him in the second inning, with broken 8-8 tie in the fourth with his 10th home run of the year. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and he swings and lines at the second base, but Eric Rodlin right there to make the catch. And 1 away on the 4th pitch of the ball game from Rafael Rodriguez, and here comes Alex Gordon. Now, Gordon's had one of the best seasons of any Texas leaguer this year. He's batting .315 with 19 homers and 65 runs batted in. And boy, oh boy, he has been on a tear recently, hitting a home run in 5 of his last 6 ball games. Left-hand batter, here's the pitch from Rodriguez. Change up, and it's pulled foul next to the Traveler bullpen, and the count 0-1. I'd like to see a lot of changes from Rodriguez if he would mix him in a little more. Fastball in the low to mid-90s. He'll come with a nice slider. Sometimes the fastball has too much of the strike zone, and that change of pace would be a nice pitch for him to be throwing against an aggressive batter like Gordon. Here's the 0-1. And he takes the fastball under the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gordon broke a tie game in the 8th inning on Saturday with a home run in the 8th to lead off against Rich Thompson. Put the Wranglers in front 5-4. They would win by 2. A 1-1 pitch, low and away, 2-1. The doubleheader on Saturday, Gordon had 2 hits in each game, 4 for 7. Scored 3 times. He leads the league. I think is an underrated category. Runs scored. 2-1 pitch to Gordon. Swinging a foul back. Again out in front of an off-speed pitch, and the count 2-2. Gordon has scored 85 runs, which leads the Texas League by 11 over Hunter Pence of Corpus Christi. Gordon does have a couple of outstanding batters behind him in Sweeney and Brown, who would knock him in after an extra base hit. Here's a 2-2. And a swing and a line drive hit deep towards the gap in left center. That's over the head of Nathan Haynes, and it hits the warning track. Haynes will pick it up, fire to the infield, holding Gordon to a double as he coasts in there with his 30th two-base hit of the year. Tough to get that fastball by Gordon as he was able to punch it towards left center for the easy two-base hit. And now with 30 doubles on the season, Alex Gordon is one of 6 Texas Leaguers to reach the 30-double mark, and that does include Brandon Wood, who leads the league with 36. And the traveler third baseman Matt Brown, who's just 2 behind him, is 34. Here's Mike Sweeney. Sweeney delivered an RBI in each game he's played so far. He had a home run in the first game on Saturday and an RBI double in inning number 1 back on Friday. And his back is feeling okay to get back to action. Here's the stretch by Rodriguez and his pitch on the way. Sweeney hits it slowly up the middle, past the mound, but Wood is right there to field it. Has plenty of time to throw across, and he retires Sweeney, who's able to move Gordon to third base. 2 outs, and at third for Dee Brown. Here are the fielders behind Rafael Rodriguez. It'll be Nathan Haynes in left, Dwayne Bacon in center, and Terry Evans, the strongest arm of them, in right field. Matt Brown at third base, and it's Brandon Wood at short. Eric Rodlin at second, Greg Porter at first. And they're putting a slight shift on the left-hand batting Dee Brown. Bobby Wilson, the traveler catcher, waits for Rodriguez to survey his defense as they'll go from the stretch with Gordon at third base. Brown also homered in the 8th inning in the second game Saturday. Pitch on the way from Rodriguez, a high fastball, and it's 1-0. Brown on a 9-game hitting streak coming into this one. Big, thick left-hand batter from Bronx. Certainly a professional hitter. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Blowing inside, a ball 2-0. Brown batting .296 in 62 games with Wichita. He's hit 12 homers, driven in 49. 2 homers in this series. Both of them to the freeway. 2-0 pitch. That's high and outside, ball 3. On deck, Mitch Maier, who's another left-hand batter. We mentioned that Rodriguez does allow a .326 average overall. Left-handers hit him 34 points higher than righties. The pitch, and it's at the knees, a strike, 3-1. Brown with 3 hits in the doubleheader on Saturday. That's 5 hits in the series. Rodriguez, 3-1 pitch. Brown takes a slider low, ball 4. Now that'll put the second runner on base for Mitch Maier, who bats with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Rafael Rodriguez going back to his cornrow hairstyle. Rodriguez does have a big, thick head of hair and sometimes wears it afro style. Right now he's got the cornrows going. It hangs down from the back of his cap. Long, lean right-hander from the Dominican Republic facing Mitch Maier, left-hand batter, leaning back. And the pitch on the way. Maier takes a fastball just under his knees, 1-0. You got Gordon on his 12-game hitting streak, Brown with a 9-game streak, and then there's Maier right in the middle with even 10 games in a row with a base hit. Did not play in game 1 Saturday. Had 3 hits in the second game. Pitch on the way, and it's lined towards right. Evans is there just in front of the track to make the catch. And Rafael Rodriguez pitches his way through the first inning, giving up no runs. He gives them 1 hit and leaves 2 men on base. Heading to the bottom of the first inning at Raywinder Field, the Wranglers fail to score, and the Travelers getting their first ups against Neal Musser on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
A young married couple sat silently on a porch swing one warm June evening. The young wife looked over at her new husband and asked, "George, do you think my eyes are beautiful?" "Yep," answered George. A minute went by. "George, do you think my hair is attractive?" Again, George answered yep. More time passed. "George, would you say that I have a gorgeous figure?" Once again, George answered yes. "Oh, George," she gushed, "you say the nicest things." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, when you're building a marriage, you have to learn how to talk to each other. Think about it.
The church at Rock Creek has 4 weekend services. Worship times are Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m., and Monday night at 7 p.m. For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
We've got a crazy fan on the field here, folks. He's wearing more body paint than a Mustang, Bob. Uh-oh, here come the refs. But he's not slowing down. Fakes the left, goes right, throws the straight arm. He's made it past the end zone. Say hello to Mr. Goalpost.
Most injuries can be ugly, but with some of the best orthopedic physicians in the state, Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas deliver the kind of care that can help you get back on your feet and back to the games you love. For an athletic trainer or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline, 227-8478.
Oh, he's going to feel that in the morning.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers coming up at the bottom of the first inning against left-handed starting pitcher Neal Musser. Musser halfway through his warm-up. Formerly property of the New York Mets organization. In fact, the Mets drafted him as a second-round pick in 1999 and spent the next 7 seasons with New York in the organization. Never made it to Shea Stadium, but did appear in 31 games at AAA. Overall, Musser was 42-41 with the Mets and a fine 3.80 career minor league ERA, but his AAA earned run average was a little bit between 5 and 6. And it showed a little bit when he was pitching at AAA Tucson when the Diamondbacks signed him to start the year at their AAA affiliate at a 5.45 ERA in the Coast League. With a brand new organization just a couple of months later. Musser delivers the first pitch to Nathan Haynes, high and tight for ball 1. Haynes batting .292 in his 36 games. Corners in a little bit as Haynes slaps one back into the screen, and it's a ball and a strike on Nathan. When we last saw Haynes, he was burning around first base to second with a game-tying double on Saturday night in Game 2 as the Travs rallied back furiously from down 3, 1-1. Inside on the left-hand batting, Haynes, 2 balls, 1 strike. On that double, Eric Rodlin held at third base. Haynes was forced to hold at second, and Devon Lowry got out of the jam, ending up with a victory himself. The 2-1 to Haynes outside, ball 3. Nathan was 2 for 8 on the doubleheader. Knocked home a run with that RBI double. He's knocked in 2 runs in the series. 3-1 pitch. That's high and inside, ball 4, and Haynes takes the leadoff walk from Musser. He's had all sorts of trouble recently. Musser was just outstanding in his first 5 starts as a Wichita Wrangler. Carried a 3-0 record with a 1.45 ERA. And then in his 6th start, he was punched up a little bit for 3 runs in 6 innings, but still picked up a 5-3 win over the Springfield Cardinals. Musser's tough times started with an appearance against the Travs back in Wichita. We'll get to that in a moment as Aaron Peel stands in. Shows bunt. Got it down. That'll move Haynes up easy. Musser, tough play, and he holds onto the baseball, and Peel will have himself a base hit. Musser was very surprised by that sacrifice bunt. Instead, he may have thought that Haynes would have tried to steal second base. So it's not a sac bunt. It's a base hit for Peel, as Paul Bacco, the catcher, could not come from behind the plate in time. And instead, it was Musser forced to come down off the mound. He barely was able to get to the baseball. By the time he did, Peel was already 2 steps from the bag. So Brandon Wood has a chance to put the Travs in front. Wood had a very tough time of late. Pitch on the way to Wood. And he swings, hits a high fly ball into straightaway center. Haynes will tag Maier underneath it. He's lining him up for a throw. The catch is made. Haynes tries to reach third base. Good throw, and Haynes is out. Double play. Coming in behind the play is Peel to second base. Haynes gunned down on the strong throw by Maier. Double play makes it an 8-5 double play. I got to give credit to Maier, throwing out his 5th runner of the year. Got to be pretty perfect with your throws when it's Haynes who's running, but that was certainly a perfect throw. Plus, he was a little bit shorter towards left center field. That throw wasn't as long as if he was a couple of steps to the right. But Field comes in behind him, so Matt Brown does have an opportunity for the lead if he's able to knock him in with a single. Brown 0 for 7 on the doubleheader on Saturday with a couple of strikeouts. Here's a pitch. And the big breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. I mentioned Wood's troubles, that fly out. He's gone 19 at-bats since his last base hit. Brown Last had a hit on Thursday in the series finale, Springfield. Pitch on the way, and he hits a high drive to deep left center. Maier giving chase, a long run at the warning track. He crashes into the wall and drops the baseball. On his way home, Peel, he scores, and Brown holding at second base, putting Arkansas in front here in the first inning. Great effort by Maier out there in center field. He went shoulder first into the bright white billboard just to the left of the batter's eye, and he absorbed quite a blow and dropped the baseball. It was in his glove at one moment, then he smacked into the wooden wall, and boom, came right out. So Brown puts the Travs in front with his 35th double of the year. It's RBI number 59, and the Travs get their first base hit from the 3 or 4 hitters in this series. I mentioned about Musser's tough times against the Travs. And his last start against them, gave up 8 runs in just 6 innings, 7 of those runs over the final 3, and he was able to bounce back and finish those 6 innings. Here's Evans, and Terry takes off speed, low and away, ball 1. Evans hit a 2-run homer off of Musser when they faced each other back on July 9th, and he homered in Game 2 on Saturday. Things are looking good here for Evans. Here's a 1-0, and he swings and pops it up. That's behind the plate and out of play, a little in front of the changeup. And the count 1-1. Terry had gone 12 games without a home run before stepping up to the plate in Game 2 of Saturday against Tyler Lumsden and smacking a 1-1 pitch to the screen monster in right field. 13th home run of the Texas League and 28th overall. Musser's 1-1. Slider under the knees. Ball 2. 2-1 on Evans. A 1-0 score. The Travelers take the lead here in the bottom of the first on Matt Brown's 2-out RBI double. And the 2-1 pitch to Evans. He fouls it away over the right side and into the parking lot. 2-2. Now you can see the Maier assist throwing out Haynes as he attempted to advance from second to third on Wood's flyout. That keeps Wichita within 1 run at least. At least for the moment. Unless Evans is able to bring home Brown, who's not held on by anybody and takes a very free lead. Musser trying to look him back. Now the pitch to Evans. And a slider down and inside makes it a 3-2 count. Evans is batting .290 in the Texas League in 43 games. 13 homers, 43 RBIs. As a Traveler, he's playing in his 23rd game and batting .276 as an Angels farmhand. 3-2 pitch. Under the knees, ball 4, second walk of the inning. And that'll bring up Greg Porter with a chance to bring home Brown or maybe Evans. So Musser tried to get Evans to chase the breaking pitch, and Terry is becoming a little bit more patient over the last week. Takes his 4th walk since the trade from St. Louis. Now Greg Porter will stand in. Porter did not play in the nightcap on Saturday, instead starting at first base in the opener and finishing 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. And scored a run. Bumped his average to .288. 15 homers for Porter. He's driven in 50 runs. Brown at second, Evans at first, and the shortstop Sanchez keeping Brown a little closer now. Here's a pitch to Porter. And the big curveball is just a little low. Ball 1. Big left-hand slugger Porter wearing the shield on his right ankle. Musser from the third base side of the rubber. Lefty on lefty. He'll turn to second base and not throw the ball. Brown back in. Sanchez never came over to really keep an eye on him. They positioned Murphy, the second baseman, at his normal depth, maybe a couple of steps back deep in the 1-0. That's right down the middle. A fastball caught Porter by surprise. 1 ball, 1 strike. First baseman is Ka'aihue. He's not worried about Evans, playing about 10 feet off the line, a few steps back. Third baseman Gordon, a couple of steps to the hole is short. A 1-1 pitch. Way outside. A good job by Paul Bacco spearing that slider that got away from Musser to count 2-1. The outfielders, center fielder Maier straight away. Left fielder Babansky a couple of steps in. And the right fielder Brown a few steps back. Porter's power to right field, and it's 333 towards dead right here at Ray Winder. 2-1 pitch. And a big swing and a pop-up over the bleachers on the left side makes it 2-2. It doesn't feel like a day where it was 101 degrees, so said the indoor thermometer in Pete Lavin's car today. It's actually quite comfortable as we get into the bottom of the first. Porter looking to put the heat on Musser. And takes a look at Brown. Still that nice lead on the 2-2 pitch. Porter hits a high fly ball to left field. Lebansky was playing in. That one over his head. It hits the warning track. Brown is coming home. Evans showing some speed. He's around third. And the throw to the shortstop overthrown. Evans will score. Porter into second. A 2-run double, and the Travs have a 3-0 lead. Now, Lebansky played shallow and guessed that Porter wouldn't hit it over his head, but I mentioned Porter's power is to right. Well, Greg does have a nice bit of juice to left field as well as he drives in his 51st and 52nd runs of the season. And the Travs jump in front of Neal Musser once again. When the Travs saw Musser back on July the 9th, remember he had won all 4 of his decisions. The Travs got in front of him with a 3-run first inning. And they got ahead of him here with 3 runs, and Bobby Wilson the batter. The pitch under the knees, ball 1. Wilson played both halves of the doubleheader, although sat the bench for the majority of the nightcap. Came on to pinch hit for Devin Day, who would pinch run for Brent Elchiar and scored the tying run. A 1-0, off speed, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wilson. Bobby did give the Travs a little bit of life with an 8th inning single on Saturday in Game 2. It was 0 for 2 in the opener. He's batting .304. 1-1 for Musser. Wilson swings off the end of the bat. A high pop-up over first. Ka'aihue, a tough play in fair territory. Drops the ball right on the line. A run will score, and the Travs lead 4-0. Ka'aihue tried to make an over-the-shoulder Willie Mays-style catch at first base. He was about 5 feet up the right field line, and that ball stayed in fair territory. Once it hit Ka'aihue, he was on the foul line. And the first base umpire, John Brammer, right on top of it. Scores Porter, the 4th run of the inning. We'll wait for the official ruling on that play. But Larry Carter is not going to waste any time as he comes up to the pitcher's mound and meets with Musser. It has been scored a base hit for Bobby Wilson, and he will get his 48th run batted in on the year. So the Travs have brought home 4 runs here in the first, sending 7 batters to the plate. Dwayne Bacon will get a chance as the 8th hitter. And goodness, no one is quite sure what has happened with Neal Musser, a guy that looked like one of the best signings of the season, at least as far as AA is concerned, for the Kansas City Royals, winning all 4 of his first decisions, but the Wranglers have lost 3 of his last 4 outings. And all of those games, the opponent has scored no less than 7 runs. Already the Travers ahead 4 here in the first inning. And now Dwayne Bacon will stand in. Bacon, a switch hitter, goes from the right side against the embattled Musser. He'll be looking at Wilson and the pitch on the way. Bacon takes it on the inside half, a strike, 0-1. Musser, not a power pitcher. He relies on a changeup and a curveball quite a bit. But he has been unable to throw that curveball for strikes for the most part here in the first inning. Here's an 0-1 to Bacon. And he waits. It's inside. Ball's 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. He gave up 4 homers his last start. 6 homers total in the last 2 appearances. Travers haven't homered yet, but Brown came close. Headed the ball off the center field wall. 1-1 pitch. That's high to Bacon, a fastball, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Bacon started Game 2 on Saturday. A couple of base hits, including an infield single, knocking in a run to extend the Travelers' 7th inning rally. Dwayne's average at .218, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs. Gordon in a little bit at third base. The 2-1 pitch, and it's in the dirt, ball 3. Nicely dug out by Paul Bacco. Musser's body language does not display an aura of confidence. Shoulders a little slumped. Kind of kicking at the dirt while after throwing that pitch, which wasn't where he wanted it to go. 3-1 pitch to Bacon, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. That was a close call. The count full. On deck is the 9th batter, Eric Robbins, as the Travs bat around here in the first against a team that has batted around a handful of times in this series in the Wichita Wranglers. Wilson gets a head start. 3-2 pitch inside, the 3rd walk of the inning. And here comes Rodland, the 9th batter to hit. .29 pitches thrown by Musser, and he's walked 3 and allowed 4 base hits. A A walk to Haynes, a bunt single by Peel, but then Wood flied out to center, and then Haynes was thrown out trying to advance, so only retired one batter. Rodlin the hitter, and there's an off-speed breaking ball in for a strike on the left-handed batting second baseman. Rodlin, the hottest hitter on the team for the moment, with a hit in 12 of his last 15 games. 7 for 41 during the stretch, a chance to make it a 5-0 lead. The pitch, off speed, in again for a strike, 0-2. Well, Musser caught the field for the curveball on those last two deliveries. As he gets ahead of the good batter guy, Rodlin. Pitch on the way, and his curveball missed the outside corner, 1-2. After Wood's double play at Hill at second base with 2 outs, Brown followed with a double on the center field wall. Evans walked, and Porter drove them both in with a double to left. Wilson's drop pop-up turned into an RBI single, scoring Porter, and then Bacon walks, and now Rodlin takes a high fastball, and it's 2-2. Lebansky coming in a few more steps. Yeah, he was playing shallow when Porter smacked his double over his head. 2-2 delivery. Rodlin swings and misses at a slider and strikes out to end the inning. Travelers rally in the first, scoring 4 runs on 4 base hits. There were 3 walks. There were 2 men left, and the Travelers have a nice big lead going into the second. 4-0 Travelers on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. True individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
A big first inning for the Arkansas Travelers, getting an RBI double from Matt Brown, a 2-run double from Greg Porter, and an RBI single from Bobby Wilson to take a 4-0 lead, and they hand the keys of the car to Rafael Rodriguez, who pitched his way through the first inning, stranding 2 runners on base. And Mitch Maier lined out to right field. 6, 7, and 8 batters for the Wranglers. It'll be Donnie Murphy to lead things off for Wichita. Member of the 40-man roster, we mentioned has played a few handfuls of games in the major league. Former 4th-round draft pick of the Kansas City Royals. 5th-round draft pick. Played in 32 games for the Royals last year, but batted only 156. Right-hand batter who does have a homer in the series. Rodriguez's first pitch of the inning is fouled off of Murphy's foot. He'll be just fine. Strike 1. Well, Murphy, whose career minor league batting average coming into this year was .286. This season, his batting average is .233. 9 homers, 33 runs batted in. Decent second baseman. He's got some power. An 0-1 pitch comes to Murphy, and he fouls it straight back, 0-2. Murphy started those 32 games with Kansas City last year, and they've used a bunch of second basemen recently bringing up Esteban Herman, a former Midland Rockhound. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Rodriguez gets a 3-pitch strikeout to start the second inning. Got him to chase a high fastball. And Murphy tried to climb the ladder, but he would have had to really jump to come up with that baseball, and there's one away. First strikeout of the night for Rodriguez. Standing in, Kila Ka'aihue. Ka'aihue, who did not homer in his first 75 games of the season with the Wranglers, now has homered 3 times in his last 7 games. He takes a pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-0. That includes a 2-run homer in Game 1 on Saturday, and he followed that with a sac fly, delivering 3 RBIs. A 1-0 pitch. Ka'aihue takes a low slider, and it's 2-0. Travs 4, Wranglers nothing. Top of the second inning. Ka'aihue, a left-hand batting first baseman. There's nobody on. 1 man out. Lights are just on. Here's the 2-0 from Rodriguez. And that's in the dirt. Another slider, and it's 3-0. Shadows overtaking the entire infield. There's a sliver of sunlight in short left. You've got the opening between the roof and the last row and the grandstand seat. Center field, mostly in the sun. Shadow comes from the first base side here at Ray Winder. Gorgeous night. Couple of dark clouds way off to the southeast. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4, and Rodriguez puts Ka'aihue on with a 4-pitch walk. So Murphy strikes out on 3 pitches, and Ka'aihue walks on 4. Now we'll bring up Paul Bacco. Left-hand batting Bacco, playing in his second game in the rehab assignment. He partially tore a right oblique muscle and was placed on the Royals 15-day DL on July 2nd. It's on the way to Bacco, and it's a strike, a fastball on the inside corner, 0-1. Nice aggressive pitch there by Rodriguez. Against a seasoned Major League veteran, Bacco's been in the majors for 550 games. Slow ground ball right side. Rodlin over towards it. Tries for the out at second. Gets it. Wood holds on. Ka'aihue forced 4-6. And Bacco to first on a fielder's choice. 2 gone. Bringing up Ángel Sánchez. And Bacco now 0 for 5 in the rehab. This is Sánchez, who has been batting leadoff for the entire series, but Frank White elects to bump him down to the number 9 hole. Sánchez hits .286, 4 home runs, 43 RBIs. On base percentage is .344. A little bit low for a leadoff man. Right hand back. The pitch, a fastball, and it's a strike as Rodriguez came on the high inside corner to get ahead. Sánchez with 1 hit in each half of the doubleheader Saturday. Finished 2 for 8, scored a run. 0-1 pitch. Chopper over the mound. Wood could get to it behind second. He does. Shuffles to Rodlin, and Bacco is fourth. 6-4. That'll be the third and final out of the Wranglers half of the second, as Rafael Rodriguez with a rather easy effort there. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. Bottom 2 on the way, and the Travelers lead 4-0 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
The real match begins at Cupid. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donahue Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Ray Winder, as we go to the bottom of the second, the Travelers have a 4-0 lead and look to add to it. They'll start with the top of the order in the second inning. You know what that means. They batted around in the first, sending 9 men to the plate, forcing Musser to throw 33 pitches. Traveler fans, it is Game 4 of this 5-game series. We wrap it up tomorrow night with a 7-10 tilt. Wichita will not be back in town this season. It'll be Exxon Family Discount Night tomorrow. Actually, the Wranglers will be back in town this year. That was a lie. Not a lie, just a little fib. Exxon Family Discount Night on Tuesday. Discount tickets located at a Pulaski County Exxon gas station near you. Get you in for just $3. And we'll be playing Villa Italian Restaurant Golden Corral Bingo for dinners and other prizes tomorrow night. Now that I think of it, yes, we do not have the Wranglers coming in once again. It'll be their last trip in. Maybe ever. Nathan Haynes stands in against Musser, and lefty versus lefty to start the frame. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. And Musser able to get ahead. Haynes would walk in the first. There's an 0-1. In for a strike on a big breaking ball, and Musser seems to get the feel for the curveball after striking out Rodman with that pitch. 0-2 on Haynes. And quickly back to work. Musser delivers changeup, and it's pulled fair down the first base line. That was a nice pitch. Haynes is in front. Still he goes for extras. Into second base easily, and he will stop at second with a leadoff double. And that was a pretty good pitch from Neal Musser. He had Haynes caught leaning over the plate, and his backside was flying out towards first base, but still Haynes kept his wrist back and flicked him at the last second and pushed it past Ka'aihue, who was off the line a couple of feet extra. And so an easy double for Haynes, who collects his 12th two-base hits and getting signed by the Angels. The Travs could have something going again against Musser. That's 5 hits out of the first 10 men he's faced. Here's Peel, and they will play for the bunt. Pitch on the way. He doesn't bunt. He slugs a little tapper on the right side, backhanded by Musser. First base is open, no play. And Peel is safe with Haynes advancing to third. It'll be the second infield hit for Aaron Peel in 2 innings. Both of them on balls where he didn't even hit them past the pitcher's mound. The bunt in the first inning was where Musser was caught a little off guard. No one came to help him, and he could not throw the baseball. This time, Peel hit a slow tapper on the right side of the mound. Musser was there to field it, but Ka'aihue tried to come in. Murphy couldn't cover from second base in time, and Peel had himself a rather easy-looking single there. First and third, nobody out for Brandon Wood, and they'll play for 2 on the infield. Musser at the belt, and his pitch to Wood. It is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Might be the best chance Brandon has to stop his hitless streak, which has reached 19 at-bats in a row, with Musser reeling if he is. Although he's thrown a couple of nice pitches on contact, there's nothing to show for it. 0-1, a throw to first instead. Peel back in, no play. Wood flied out to center on the first pitch of his at-bat last inning. Just a handful of minutes later, he's back at the plate. 0-1 the count. And here it is. A swing and a high fly to deep left. Levansky looking up. It is over his head, and it is gone. Brandon Wood ends his hitless streak at 19 at-bats with a 3-run homer. And it's 7-0 Travs in the second inning. You want to talk about ending your hitless streak in style? Home run number 23 for Wood. RBIs 70, 71, and 72. And the Travelers take a monstrosity kind of a lead against Musser, who, if you count his last start, just his last start, has now given up 18 runs in his last 3 2/3 innings. Brown stands into the plate for the Travs, waiting for the music to subside, and the pitch is popped up out of play for strike 1. 7 base hits for the Travs, and they're not even. Musser hasn't even recorded an out here in the second inning. He hung a slider to Wood, and Brandon just smashed it. I didn't even see where the ball went. It may have been over the scoreboard. 0-1 pitch. Brown, a big cut, and misses the fastball, which came high and inside, and it is 0-2. Brown knocked in the first run of the game with a double to the center field wall. Sent Mitch Maier crashing shoulder first into the Channel 7 sign, and it popped right out. Here's an 0-2 pitch to Brown. Inside, a ball 1-2. A home run off Musser, the 10th he's allowed since coming to the Wranglers, but he gave up only 1 homer in his first 6 starts, so that's 9 home runs in his last 5. Here's the 1-2 to Brown. And he swings and chops it to third base. Almost took a bad hop. It does take the bad hop, and Gordon could not stab it. It's off his glove, and Brown is safe at first with no play. You can blame that one on Ray Winder, and it's going to put up an error on the scoreboard. So we're saying an E5, 10th error of the season on Gordon, who may be the best fielding third baseman of the Texas League this year. And I think that one may have taken a bounce off the lip of the grass and therefore was a bad hop. We'll see how that one stays along. Still, nobody out. Brown will not get a base hit for that. Here's Terry Evans. Evans walked in the first and scored on the Greg Porter double. Pitch on the way to Evans, and he hits a high pop fly, shallow right. Dee Brown charging to the line a few feet, stops, goes back a couple of feet, and makes the catch. He overran that a couple of feet, but still brought it in. And Evans the first out of the second inning. Nobody warming up in the Wichita bullpen right now, though reluctantly it looks like Damaso Espino, one of the Wrangler catchers, who's not seeing action today with Paul Botho on rehab. Espino's got his gear strapped on, and he is standing next to the bullpen bench in left field, waiting for the call to start catching somebody. 7 runs for the Travs in their first 14 batters. It's not even a case of the first of half of the 14 men reaching base. This is half of the 14 batters that have scored. And now it's Greg Porter who knocked home 2 runs with a double in the first. Pitch for Musser. It's low and away, ball 1. Brown at first, 1 out. It took Musser 5 batters to get that first down, although the error on Gordon means that the official scorer thought that Brown should have been the first out. Porter now with 22 doubles and 52 runs batted in on the year. He's been good for at least an RBI a game for the last week. Here's a 1-0 pitch. A big cut and a foul back by Porter. That was up in his zone. A little bit off-speed quality to it. Drained a little in front as well. The count of ball and a strike on the Traveler first base from Porter. And with Porter starting at first base today, we've usually seen Matt Pauley starting at first in the second half. But Keith Johnson instead decides to go with Greg Porter, who has certainly been hitting the ball a ton this year. Count 1-1. Musser delivers a fastball for strike 2. That came up at the letters. And Porter now down to the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Very odd to look over there, the third base coach's area, and see Keith Johnson flashing out the signs. Hawley is the first base coach for the moment. Count 1-2. Musser at the belt, giving a look over to first. He'll throw over, and Brown back in. And there's nothing against Keith, because I tell you, I think Keith Johnson probably knows how to manage. I think he knows his baseball. Certainly knows how to coach hitters, and a good baseball mind. And I expect him to do a pretty good job. Here's a 1-2. Porter waits on the slider and hangs it in the air to left field. It'll be Lebansky back to make the catch. Brown back to first base in the second out of the inning. Bobby Wilson comes up next. So this will be the first time in a long time that we see a player coaching at first base since the Angels became the affiliate. You see a lot of other teams in the Texas League, sometimes they'll just toss a player out there to coach at first. The Travelers never do that. Now they're maybe doing it the rest of the year. They're over to first base, and back in there is Brown. Just joining us and wonder why Keith Johnson is the third base coach and manager. Ty Boykin unexpectedly forced to leave the team today due to an illness in his family. The pitch to Wilson, a high fly to right. Brown has it measured in front of the track. He's there to reach up and make the catch. Travelers are done with the second inning, but a 3-run homer by Brandon Wood caps the inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 man left. A 7-0 lead for the Arkansas Travelers after 2 innings. We're back to the third after Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
I'm definitely not going back to my old racer. I'm going to stick with M3 Power.
Check out what guys are saying about M3 Power, the first micro-power shaving system from Gillette.
I'm in shock right now. It's fantastic.
I feel like I'm getting a massage with this razor.
Wow, this is something new. I like this. I feel like I'm not even shaving, really. With the M3 Power, it made me look forward to shaving.
Feel the power of the world's best shave. M3 Power from Gillette, the best a man can get.
I'm a brain surgeon. I'm not an engineer. I don't know how this thing works. I just know it works.
The following is an OnStar conversation.
OnStar emergency, this is Natalie.
Yes, I need an ambulance. I have my 2 children in the car and my sister.
Okay, I have you on Highway 20.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, I'm contacting emergency services.
Thank you.
Every month, OnStar offers help in thousands of emergencies.
please.
Hi, this is Natalie with OnStar, calling to report a vehicle crash with airbag deployment.
What happened?
I can conference with him.
Ma'am, tell me what's going on.
My nephew has a big gas. His head is bleeding.
Okay, we'll send someone else.
Do you want me to remain on the line?
Yes, ma'am, please.
The peace of mind OnStar offers is more affordable than you might think.
Okay, the police are there? Yes, thank you.
The first year of OnStar service is included on new OnStar-equipped GM vehicles, and unlimited use of all safety and security services costs only $16.95 plus tax per month after that. OnStar by GM. To experience OnStar, press your blue button or visit OnStar.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
A big 2 innings for the Arkansas Travelers, scoring 7 runs in the 2 innings. 4 coming in the first, 3 coming in the second. Brandon Woods snapped the hitless streak in 19 at-bats in a row with a big, booming home run, a 3-run shot that did sail over the scoreboard and onto Rick's armory. Another moonshot by Wood in his banner year of the Travs. 23rd home run for Wood, tying him with Frisco's Nate Gold, who had overtaken Woods' 3rd in the league with a home run yesterday, helping the Frisco Rough Riders to a 9-8 win over Corpus Christi. Gets you through what happened last night of the Texas League and updates you on the scores today as we get to the top of the Wranglers order, and Chris Labansky steps in against Rafael Rodriguez. The righty giving up just a 1 hit, couple of walks over 2 innings. Pitch on the way to Labansky, high and outside for a ball. Well, last night of the league, Frisco beat Corpus 9-8. 3rd straight win for the Rough Riders against the Hooks. The pitch to Labansky, low, ball 2. The Hooks, who at one point led the Texas League South by 3 games, have now fallen 3 games out. And at 19-18, lost 3 in a row. 2-0 pitch to Labansky is low, ball 3, 3-0. Labansky hit a solid line drive to start the game, but hit directly to the second baseman, Eric Roblin, who didn't have to take a step either way to make the catch. So Labansky 0 for 1. But a 3-0 count of the pitch from Rodriguez, and he finds the strike zone. It's 3-1. That was on the outside corner. San Antonio held off Midland 4-2 with Travis Chick winning his 3rd start as a Mariners farmhand after the trade with Cincy. 3-1 pitch to Labansky, high pop-up towards third base stands. Brown giving chase at the warning track, has room, reaches behind his shoulder and makes the catch. 1 away, and a nice play by Brown, who took 1 step more than he needed to before getting underneath the ball. The other game last night, Springfield defeated Tulsa 8-6. Scoring 8 runs against Zach Parker in just 3 innings. Mark Worrell needed to come on for the last couple of outs. Saved his league-high 25th. Here's Gordon, who doubled in the first. Pitch from Rodriguez outside. Gordon now on a 12-game hit streak with 21 hits during that stretch. That's an average over 440. 5 homers as well. Nobody on for Gordon as he stands almost motionless in the batter's box. Pitch. And it's low and inside, ball 2, 2-0. So the standings coming in today in the North Division, as mentioned, Wichita at 21-15, a 4.5-game lead over the Springfield Cardinals. Travelers at 16-21, a 5.5 back. Here's a 2-0. Gordon, a big cut, fouls it back into the mesh fence, 2-1. Over in the South Division, San Antonio is a 22-15 record with a 1.5-game lead over Midland. Corpus Christi, 3 games back, and the Frisco Rough Riders, even with 3 straight wins, are 6 games out at first. 2 balls and a strike on Gordon. Nobody on. 1 out. The pitch. Tailed outside. 3-1. We'll check the Texas League scores of the moment. Travis Hansen hitting his first home run for Springfield in the 2nd inning. Cardinals lead the Drillers 2-0 in the 3rd. A 3-1 pitch from Rodriguez. Gordon takes ball 4. 3rd walk from Rodriguez. He's faced 11 batters, walking 3, but just the 1 hit. Mike Sweeney is next. Down in Midland, the Rockhounds looking to get back within a half game of San Antonio, and the Hounds lead the Missions 2-1. That game at the top of the 3rd at Wolf Stadium. And at Frisco's Giant Soda Bottle, it's Corpus Christi leading 1-0 over the Riders. Sweeney the batter, here it is. Under his knees, ball 1. Sweeney's been very aggressive in his rehab here. He swung at a first pitch in 4 at-bats, and that included his 2-run homer in Saturday's opening game, and he grounded out on one pitch in the first inning tonight. Rodriguez 1-0, and it's fouled back. A big cut by Sweeney, who takes nothing but a big swing. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, the Royals hoping to get Sweeney back at some point over the next couple of weeks. If they were thinking about trading him, they certainly had no chance to, with him being shelved for almost the entire season, save for a few games. There's a 1-1 count on him. Rodriguez quietly into the stretch. Kicks and deals. Sweeney bends back from a fastball. 2-1. Sweeney played 20 games with Kansas City and was not his usual self. He's a career .304 major league hitter, averaging over 20 home runs per season. Only batted .176 in those 20 games before his bulging disc forced him to go on the disabled list on May 3rd. Been on the DL ever since. Double play depth, the infielders, a 1-2, and it is low. A 2-2 count on Sweeney. 7-0 score. Trav's lead here in the top of the third. Travelers scoring 4 times in the first. 3 runs scored in the second. Goodness knows what they could do in the third inning. 1-out walk put Gordon on board here in the Wranglers' third. Sweeney the batter, 3-1 count. Dee Brown on deck. And the pitch. And it's in for a strike, a slider on the inside corner. Count is full, 3-2. Sweeney steps back in. Not running very well, so a ground ball could be a double play. There's a throw first. Back in there, Gordon. Rafael Rodriguez looking to toss 3 scoreless innings against the Wranglers. And when he made his Double-A debut, it was against Wichita back on April 24th. By the time he got out of the first inning, he was already trailing by 4. The pitch, a ground ball to the hole at short. Wood giving chase, backhand, leaps in the air, throws to second. There's a force out on Alex Gordon. 6-4. You can thank the thick infield grass here at Ray Winder for slowing that ball down, as Sweeney hit that ball pretty hard. But Wood, who knows this infield surface about as well as anybody else in the Texas League this year, never gave up. He chased it all the way to the hole and knew he had the chance to get Gordon at second, so the 6-4 force put Sweeney at first base for Dee Brown. Rodriguez delivering to Brown. Here it is. Swinging a line drive high towards center field. Charging in is Bacon. A sliding, tumbling catch. And that'll take away a base hit from Dee Brown. 3 outs in the third. Gorgeous play by Dwayne Bacon. And Rodriguez, the second consecutive hitless inning. No runs and 1 man stranded. That'll take us to the bottom of the third, and the Travelers leading 7-0 over Wichita. You're listening to Arkansas Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every time.
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock, by Kroger's in North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's rate weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Rock Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh?
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the third inning, Travelers have the lead 7-0 over Neal Musser. And the Wichita Wranglers, Musser will return for a third inning after facing 16 hitters combined in just 2 innings, giving up 7 hits, including four of them for extra bases, 3 doubles, and a homer by Brandon Wood. Dwayne Bacon leads off the third after his sliding catch, end of the top of the half of the inning. And the first pitch is high for a ball, 1-0 on Bacon. He's the 8-hitter. Took a walk to the first and was stranded at first. Rodlin on deck. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Bacon takes it under the knees. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Up at third base, Gordon to guard the bunt. Musser has now thrown 51 pitches through 2 innings plus 2 pitches. Here's a 2-0. And ball 3, missing high and outside. The leadoff man has reached in each inning so far. It was Haynes each time, a first inning walk, a second inning double. Bacon leads off the third. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Inside and low, ball 4, and that is walk number 4 from Neal Musser. Looks like Frank White is trying to squeeze as many innings as he can from Musser and save the bullpen if possible. Otherwise, Musser has already displayed that it is going to be tough for him to get out tonight. Bacon walks for the second time. 32 steals for Dwayne, and Rodlin the batter. Musser left-hander, good look at first, the pitch. Curveball, a little low, ball 1. Musser threw a boatload of curveballs to Rodlin in the first inning, finished him off with a curve for his only strikeout so far. One of just 5 batters that Musser has retired out of the 17 men face. A 1-0 count and the throw to first base. Back in there is Bacon, no play. Rodlin batting .303, 5 homers, and the 1-0 pitch. Outside, that's 6 consecutive out of the zone for Musser. And there goes Paul Bacco to the mound at top with the left-handed pitcher from Otterbein, Indiana. Big weekend coming up at Rawinder Field as the Travelers will be hosting the Springfield Cardinals for a 4-game series beginning on Wednesday. And we'll have 2 outstanding giveaways coming up on Friday and Saturday. Commemorative Rawinder Field figurines for the first 1,000 paid adults Friday, thanks to Church at Rock Creek. It's to Rodlin. The 2-0 is ball 3, high and inside. Jermaine Taylor bobblefish dolls on Saturday to the first 1,000 paid adults, courtesy of Stamp Out Smoking. It's Friday and Saturday, and a lot of advanced tickets already sold for those games. 3-0 pitch. Rodlin will take a fastball for the first strike of the inning on the 8th pitch that Musser throws. 3-1 on Rodlin, and on deck Nathan Haynes. Travelers have already rallied in the first and second innings. Musser about to throw the pitch, but time is granted by the plate umpire Gonzalez. We'll also have a celebrity softball game before the game on Friday, presented by 103.7 The Buzz. 3-1 pitch. Rodlin takes another strike, a slider at the knee. 103.7 The Buzz with their celebrity softball game before Friday's ball game. That'll have a 7:10 first pitch for the baseball game and 5:30 for the softball game. Go back to first base and in quickly is Bacon. Maybe one of the reasons to come out to the Buzz softball game is to see Wally Hall at a baseball park for the first time in maybe 10 years. 3-2 pitch, instead of throw to first base. Bacon is running to second. The throw and the tag, and he is out. Ka'aihue to Sanchez for the putout, and Bacon caught stealing 1-3-6. Count remains full. Bacon caught stealing for the 10th time, and that's the second Traveler out on the bases. The pitch to Rodlin, and he hits a line drive towards right center. Long run for Maier. A leaping try, but over his head. He slips on the warning track, recovers the baseball, and throws to the infield with Rodlin already camped out at second base. That's the Travelers' 4th double of the night. And with Bacon caught stealing, that does cost them a run. Good effort by Maier, but he was positioned towards left center a couple of feet, and the ball was hit towards right center. Double number 19 now for Rodlin. And already 18 batters into the game. Every Trav has been on base once, at least. All starter with Nathan Haynes. The first pitch between Bacco's legs goes all the way to the backstop. Easily, Rodlin gets third base. Called that a wild pitch on Neal Musser. Musser's fourth wild pitch as a Wichita Wrangler. And the count 1-0 on Haynes. The Wranglers have no choice but to bring the infield all the way in, already trailing 7-0. Haynes has walked, doubled, and scored a run. The 1-0 pitch, he swings, lines it back up the box, a base hit to center. Rodland scores it 8-0, and Haynes knocks in his 15th. Eight earned runs against Neal Musser in 2 1/3 innings. And the Travelers swinging free and easy tonight. Haynes is 2 for 2. A double, a single, a run scored, and an RBI. Now Peel, who has 2 hits without getting the ball past the mound. A bunt single and an infield hit. There's a throw to first, and back in there Haynes. Peel already scoring 2 runs. Scored on the double by Matt Brown in the first, and the 3-run homer by Wood in the second. We're in the third. Haynes the runner, and the pitch to Peel is a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 on Peel. A couple of hits in this game already. Peel is now 5 for 12 in the series with 1 run batted in. At the belt, Musser giving a long look to Haynes. Here's the pitch. It's low, a slider, ball 1. Action in the Wichita bullpen. They've got a left-hander warming up. It is Juan Cedeno getting ready. With Musser's ERA taking as giant of a hit as it is taking tonight, and due to all the problems he has had recently, you wonder how long the Wranglers can stick with him in the starting rotation. 1-1, a pop-up had him in front of the change. It's on the right side of the plate, circling underneath it is Baco, and he tosses the mask away and brings it in front of the Traveler dugout. That's the second out of the third inning, bringing up Brandon Wood. If you just count the first 2 innings, Musser's ERA now, the whole year with Wichita, is up to 5.70. And I can remember back when his ERA was under 2 before he faced the Travs about a month ago. Here's Wood, the pitch. Inside to back him off, 1-0. Wood hit a fly ball that started a double play in the first, but he drove a hanging slider over the scoreboard in left field for his 23rd home run of the year. Here's a 1-0, and he swings and misses at the fastball, ball and a strike. Wood has now hit 23 homers on the season, tied for 3rd in the league. He is 2 behind the league leader, Joe Kashansky. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball going up in the zone. Strike 2. Well, the Travs have scored in all 3 innings. And remember when the Wranglers won on Friday 18-8, they scored in 8 of 9 innings. A 1-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up on the right side of the infield. Underneath it, Ka'aihue to the foul area. Halfway to the railing, he will make the catch. And the Travelers will settle for the 1 run. 1 run on 2 base hits and 1 man left. 3 innings in the big bad scorebook, and it's been 3 big bad innings for the Arkansas Travelers. 8-0 Arkansas on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company and Casualty Insurance Company, Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Links. Stone Links Golf Course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Links has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Links features reasonable green speed, and 18 lake-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes or visit online at stonelakes.net.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion. Air America Little Rock. 1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Here are your totals after the first 3 innings, and every total in favor of the Arkansas Travelers. For the visiting Wichita Wranglers, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and they've stranded 4. And for the Arkansas Travelers, 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 4 men left on base. Travelers with 4 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Meanwhile, Traveler right-handed starting pitcher Rafael Rodriguez has thrown up 3 zeros on the scoreboard. Coming into the 4th inning, it's the 5th hitter for the Wranglers. Mitch Maier leads off, and Rodriguez ready with his 46th pitch of the night. It is hit high but shallow. Right field, only about 3 feet out. Rodlin, the second baseman, calling it, and a 1-pitch out for Rafael Rodriguez. Maier now 0 for 2, and here's Donnie Murphy. Checking the scores across the major leagues on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. The Angels today taking on the Oakland A's after beating the Boston Red Sox 10-4 last night. Anybody watch that on ESPN? There were a lot of former Travelers involved in that one, including Howie Kendrick. And Mike Napoli pitched to Murphy as a fastball for strike 1. Did you see Howie Kendrick rob a pop-up from Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner? He deserves at least a vote for an all-star game for that alone. Here's an 0-1, and Murphy takes a high slider, 1 ball, 1 strike. Howie playing a little bit out of position, but he went foul ball hunting and took it away from Affleck, who was not ejected from the game, even though he interfered with it. A 1-1 to Murphy is low and away. Murphy struck out in the second. He is 4 for 15 of the series. So the Angels and the A's start a very big 3-game series tonight. The A's had a half-game edge over the Angels, and the Angels did not make a trade today. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The other team from Los Angeles, well, the team that actually is in Los Angeles, made some headlines acquiring Greg Maddux and Julio Lugo. Maddux goes over to the West Coast. He's from Vegas, but he's never pitched for his team west of Chicago. 2-2 pitch. Murphy, a high fly ball, straightaway center. Bacon waiting for that ball. It's a can of corn. He only took a couple of steps in, and he makes the catch. 2 away. Here's Kila Ka'aihue. Got a final out of Philadelphia today. Chase Utley extended his hit streak to 32 games. The Marlins banged out 17 hits and whipped the Phillies 15-2. Miguel Olivo, Miguel Cabrera, Jeremy Hermida, and Dan Ugla all went deep for the streaking Marlins. They're now just 7 games under 500. Here's a pitch to Ka'aihue. High and outside of the left-hand batter, ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on base. Travelers lead by 8 here in the 4th. Ka'aihue walked in the second, never made it to second base. 1-0 pitch. Fastball, strike on the outside half, 1-1. Bottom 1 at Coors Field, Milwaukee and the Rockies 0-0. Arizona and the Cubs are into the 4th, 6-3 Diamondbacks. A 1-1 to Ka'aihue. Swinging a high fly down the left side, slicing to the bullpen. A long run for Haynes. He will give it all he can, but that is over the railing and into the patio, strike 2. Arizona getting homers from Sean Green, Orlando Hudson, and former Texas League Player of the Year, Chad Tracy, who played third base for El Paso in 2002. And Ramis Ramirez, who sticks with the Cubs, hit his 24th home run for Chicago. The Nats and the Giants get underway at 9:15. Noah Lowry and Pedro Estacio. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Ka'aihue. A swing and a foul tip off his foot. He'll hop around, but he's okay. In the American League, it's the Cleveland Indians over Boston 8-6. At Fenway, middle of the 6th inning, Casey Blake, a pair of home runs for the Tribe. And the Red Sox, as usual, homers by Big Papi and Manny Ramirez. Ramirez now 1 shy of 30. Ortiz at his 36th. And Willie Mo Pena hit number 5. But still the Indians winning that game by 2. One other score to tell you here, Seattle rallying past Baltimore over the last couple of innings. They trailed 3-0 into the 6th. Seattle now leads 5-3 in the 7th. Homers by Mora and Brian Roberts. Count is 1-2 in Ka'aihue. 2 outs, nobody on base here in the top of the fourth. Rodriguez ready. The wind up, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He went after a pitch in the dirt. Good block by Wilson. Puts the tag on Ka'aihue. And a 1-2-3 inning for Rafael Rodriguez. That's his second strikeout of the night. Travs, as of now, looking as solid as they have all time here in the second half. 8-0 Arkansas. Bottom 4 on the way on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation. Remodel your home. Or finance just about anything. You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sports Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Parks, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom 4 here at Ray Winder Field. Travelers lead 8-0 over the Wichita Wranglers. I'm Phil Elson on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE and minorleaguebaseball.com. Thanks for tuning in tonight as the Travelers look to end a 6-game losing streak. They've dropped the first 3 of this 5-game series to the first-place Wichita Wranglers, but the Traps have come out after yesterday's off day swinging with 8 runs and 9 base hits in the first 3 chances at the plate. The first run of the game scored on a double from Matt Brown, and Brown leads off the 4th with Neal Musser remaining in the game. Musser has thrown 67 pitches through 3 innings. He's walked 3 batters and allowed the 9 hits. There have been 5 for extra. The pitch to Brown, he hits a high drive to deep left center. Maier sprinting back, and he is able to bring that one in on the run towards the warning track. A nice catch by Maier. That is almost exactly the same kind of drive that Brown hit that sent Maier further to the warning track back in the first inning. That ball sent him all the way to the wall where he crashed into the Channel 7 billboard, and the ball popped out. This time, Brown didn't quite give it such a ride, and Maier was able to bring it in before the warning track. But it really took the same angle to the baseball, went to the same spot of the field. Brown has put the ball right there twice, and hitting him solidly each time. Well, I guess that's the easiest out so far for Musser. 1 pitch, 1 out. And here's Terry Evans. The pitch to Evans is a curve into the dirt, ball 1. Evans walked in the first and scored on the Greg Porter 2-run double. Terry's last at-bat finished with a flyout to right field. Musser with a turn and a 1-0 pitch. Evans, a high fly ball, deep left field. Lebanski back on that ball, and it is over his head. It is gone. It hit the Miller Lite billboard. Lebanski thought he had it measured. He stopped in front of the warning track, turned around to the field, looked up, expected the ball to come down, but it sailed over his head and hits the screen monster. A home run for Terry Evans. 9-0. Evans' 14th home run at the Texas League. It is Terry's 7th as a Traveler and his 29th home run of the year. Second homer of the ballgame for the Travs. Brandon Wood hit the other one. So 2 of the top power hitters in all of minor league baseball have exploded here. Evans with 29 homers. There's 1 behind Kevin Witt for the minor league lead. Pitch to Greg Porter, low and away, ball 1. Porter has doubled and lined out. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Ground ball almost hit Musser. It's up the middle into center field, and that is another base hit. The 11th for the Arkansas Travelers, and Porter is 2 for 3. Cedeno, who was warming up for a couple of minutes in the 3rd inning, starts to throw once again. as Musser is taking it not just on the chin, but he's taking it on both cheeks. 9-0. Only one out of the last of the fourth. As the Travs haven't just pulled away, we almost get a feeling that they've salted it away. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. There's still 5 innings left to go after this, and this Wrangler ball club really can swing it. But Rafael Rodriguez has looked strong. Wilson takes low 1-0. Wilson getting a base hit in the first inning on a drop pop-up by Kila Ka'aihue along the right field line. It would knock a run home. The pitch off speed. He swings and misses at the breaking pitch, 1-1. Last time up, Wilson flied to right field, so he's 1 for 2. 48 RBIs for Bobby. He's got Porter at first after consecutive hits. Evans a homer, Porter a single. The pitch, a change-up. Wilson swings and misses. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Evans has now homered in consecutive games after going a dozen without a long ball. So watch out Texas League. Carey's starting to heat up. A 1-2 pitch. Wilson swings, lines it to left. Lebanski there, down to a knee to make the catch. Another very well-struck ball by an Arkansas Traveler, but Wilson has to turn back into the dugout as Lebanski was positioned well for it. 2 away. Here's Bacon. Dwayne Bacon has taken 2 bases on balls, and he was caught stealing by Musser in the third. From the right side, pitch from Musser, and it is inside a ball, 1-0. Musser makes the stretch, the pitch, and down and inside, same spot, 2-0. And a couple other scores in across the majors. Travis Lee and Damon Hollins homering for the Devil Rays, and they have a lead over the Tigers 7-1 in the 7th. Tigers with a move today, trading for Sean Casey and demoting Chris Shelton, putting Casey at first base. 2-0 pitch. Bacon popped it up. First baseman Ka'aihue backpedaling right on the line, still in the infield dirt. He makes the catch. Travelers manage 1 run here in the 4th inning on 2 hits. Terry Evans smacks his 29th home run of the season, and the Travelers lead 9-0 going into the 5th on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Mama, daughter of mine is driving the truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC Powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Uses direct. AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Well, Phil, it's Clunker Car Night at Ray Winder Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Traveler team, we've got them. We're the largest clunker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free, and the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 clunker car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Winder Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free clunker car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
The party on a Monday night at Ray Winder Field as the Travelers have exploded for 9 runs and 11 base hits over the first 4 innings. And they take a commanding 9-0 lead over the Wichita Wranglers. It was 4-0 after the first, 7-0 after the second, 8-0 going into the 4th, and 9-0 going into the 5th. A lot of numbers to throw at you there, but the Travelers have put up those numbers that deserve to be mentioned, and after a 6-game losing streak, good to see the Travs busting out after a day off. Certainly they got some rest on that day off. Paul Bacco leads off the 5th for the Wranglers after Rodriguez tossed a 1-2-3 fourth. Rafi is working on a string of 5 consecutive outs. Has not allowed a base hit since the second batter of the first inning. Bacco reached on a fielder's choice in his only at-bat. Rodriguez lines and delivers the first inning, and Bato hits a high fly ball in a deep right center. Dwayne Bacon has it measured, however, and in the gap is there to make the catch. A couple of feet in front of the warning track, and Rodriguez has now set down 6 consecutive hitters. And he gets an out on 1 pitch for the 4th time tonight. Here's shortstop Ángel Sánchez. Finish up those scores across the American League. The White Sox have an 8-3 lead at Kansas City, 4th inning at the Kauffman Stadium. A pitch to Sánchez. At the knees on the Rodriguez slider, strike 1. Sánchez grounded out to short, ending the 2nd. He's 4 for 13 of the series. Rodriguez drops the hands, lifts the leg, comes home. Slider pulled slowly to third, charging his Brown, and can't make the play. Rolls up his arm, and it'll be Sánchez safe at first. And that'll probably be an error on Brown. Now they put up a base hit. So no error on Brown. Instead, it'll be a hit for Sánchez. Well, it's kind of guesswork on the thick grass at Ray Winder. It plays a lot slower than most other ballparks. And I couldn't quite tell if that took a bad hop or if it skipped in a weird manner. But Brown has had his struggles defensively recently. 21st error. It would have been the 21st error, but instead it's a hit for Sánchez. 2nd of the night for the Wranglers, and here's Chris Lubanski. Pitch to the left-hand batter is a high outside fastball. Texas getting just crushed by Minnesota, 8-0 in the 4th. Angels and A's underway in about 33 minutes. Urban Santana will look for his 12th win against 4 losses. Danny Herron pitches for the A's. He's 7-9. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Lubanski foul tips it for strike 1. Lubanski's 3rd at-bat of the night at the top of the order. He's lined out to 2nd and fouled out to 3rd. 0 for 2. Wrangler lefty Juan Cedeno continues to loosen up in the left field bullpen, signaling the end of the 9th for Neal Musser. 9 runs in 4 innings. Count is a ball and a strike. Rodriguez pitch. Low bouncing ball off the plate, goes foul and dives in the first base foul grass. Strike 2. A former Traveler sent on the move today. Real Cormier was traded from the Phillies to the Cincinnati Reds as they continue to shore up their bullpen for a stretch run. A 1-2 pitch to Lubanski. Caught him looking. Strike 3 on a slider that hit the inside corner. Strikeout number 3 for Rafael Rodriguez, and that was a nice, tight, sharp slider. Here's Alex Gordon, most dangerous batter in this lineup for the Wranglers. And I think right now that counts Mike Sweeney. I think Gordon could be pretty successful in the major leagues right now. He's got all the tools. He's doubled and walked so far tonight. Rodriguez comes home, and it's pulled on the ground to second base. Roblin was waiting for it, and he's there to pick it and throw to first for another shutout inning for Rafael Rodriguez. No runs on 1 hit and stranding another man. The Wranglers have had only 1 man reach third through 5 innings. Last half of the 5th, 9-0 Arkansas. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Wranglers will make a pitching change coming into the last of the fifth inning as Neal Musser gives them 4 innings of work. And they'll go to the left-handed reliever, Juan Cedeno, pitching for the moment for the Wichita Wranglers. Phil Elson with you on the broadcast here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. Travs in town until next Wednesday, and this does count Clunker Car Night. It is only 8 days away. The classic Clunker Car Night at Raywinder Field. Tuesday, August 8th, you can pick up a discount ticket at a Pulaski County Exxon gas station. And remember, we'll have at least 9 cars to give away all night long. Clunker Car Night, Tuesday, August 8th. Gates open 6:10. Get here at 5. Cedeno replaces Musser for the 5th inning, and Eric Rodman leads off. First pitch is pulled on the ground of the hole at second base. A backhand play by the first baseman, Ka'aihue. Cedeno covers in the throw. He had to make a lunging catch of the throw and beats Rodman to the base. A nice play there by both Ka'aihue and Cedeno for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out, and Rodman is now 1 for 3. To the top of the order for the 4th time, Nathan Haynes. Haynes a perfect day so far. A walk, a double, a single, 1 run batted in, 1 run scored. The Cedeno pitch is wide of the strike zone, 1-0. Cedeno out of the Dominican Republic. He stands 6'1", weighs 165. And he is 22 years old. Popped out of play here by Haynes, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cedeno started the season in the rotation for the Wranglers, made 11 starts at an 5.55 ERA. Since then, he's been in the bullpen, making 16 appearances. His bullpen ERA, 8.44. Tough year. 1-1 to Haynes. A slider low and outside, ball 2. Cedeno ranked 2nd in the Texas League with 60 walks. That comes in 70 innings, plus 48 strikeouts. 15 wild pitches as the pitch to Haynes is skied over the patio in left field. Foul, out of play. 2-2. So overall numbers for Cedeno in 27 outings, 2 wins, 6 losses, and a 6.43 ERA. League batting .293 against him with 8 homers. A 2-2 to Haynes, outside, ball 3. Haynes looking to make it on base for the 4th time in 4 plate appearances. And Aaron Peel is on deck. Cedeno's 3-2 pitch is swung on and chopped to shortstop. Sanchez in the second bounce will come up with it and fire across. And Haynes is thrown out for the first time tonight. He's 2 for 3 now, and here's Aaron Peel. Nightfall has settled in to Central Arkansas. Very comfortable night. Not too much of a breeze to cool things down. And it was over 100 degrees during batting practice today. We're down to 91. Here's a pitch to Peel. Down in the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. Peel has had a couple of infield singles, a bunt hit in the first, a dribbler on the right side of the mound where Noah covered at first base for a single in the 2nd inning, scoring each time. Then he fouled out last time up. 2 outs, no one on the Cedeno pitch. Off speed, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lights have taken their full effect. And we don't see many bugs on hand, which is always positive. A 2-0 pitch, Peel. Good swing, but a foul back. A little bit late on it. 2-1. Got a big group from the first tee of Central Arkansas sitting in the Optimist dugout. Ken Patterson and myself went down to the first tee on South University earlier today. A trip with the kids. A 2-1 pitch. Peel is swinging a miss. At high fastball handcuffed him, and he chased one out of the zone. It's 2-2. Patterson, who's an avid golfer, was able to explain some of the correlations between swinging a golf club and throwing a baseball. 2-2 pitch to Peel is down and inside on the breaking ball, 3-2. So Jim Hallman has brought out the group from the first tee of Central Arkansas. And if you remember, Stu, we're going to have Jim up here at some point to talk about the first tee. 3-2 pitch. Peel a pop-up behind the plate. Baco giving it a chase to the backstop, but that hits the chicken wire and almost hits Baco on its way back down as he bellied up against the railing and just barely got out of the way. I guess you'll have to forgive Baco. He hasn't spent much time in the Texas League. In fact, he made his Texas League debut just 2 nights ago. Always get a kick out of that. For someone who's spent as much time in the major leagues as Baco has, he had to get through the Texas League. But he didn't come up in original Royals and never played with Wichita. Here's a 3-2 to Peel. Swing and a miss, and Cedeno strikes him out with high heat. Travelers go down in order and fail to score for the first time. Leading 9-0. Arkansas takes that lead into the 6th inning on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we got a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks and Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3. We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to Raywinder Field as the Travelers lead at 9-0 going into the top of the 6th inning. Rafael Rodriguez, a little bit overshadowed by the Travelers' offensive explosion. Rodriguez has kept the hottest hitting team in the league, the Wichita Wranglers, to just 2 base hits over 5 innings. And one of them was a questionable infield single in the 5th. Here in the 6th, Mike Sweeney leads off, followed by Dee Brown and Mitch Maier. Sweeney getting his 3rd plate appearance. He's grounded a shortstop twice. Rodriguez with 64 pitches through 5 innings. Kept that pitch count nice and low. The first pitch of the inning, Sweeney takes a fastball, a called strike, and that was right at the knees with some mustard on it. Rafi's throwing with confidence tonight. Rodriguez covers his face with a glove as he gets the sign. Now the 0-1 on the way. Sweeney, a swing and a miss on a fastball that moved inside, and as he tried to hold back, the bat went right through. 0-2. 3 strikeouts for Rafi, matching his walk total. Sweeney straps on the batting glove. Rodriguez finds the target, comes out the knees. Here's the 0-2. A check swing and a slider. There's no appeal, ball 1. This will be the last game for Sweeney with the Wranglers. They're set to send him to Omaha tomorrow, so he has made a tour of the Kansas City minor leagues. He was in Burlington, Iowa, Wichita, and on the way will be Omaha. Skipped over high desert. He won't make the trip to California, even though Sweeney is from the homeland of the Angels, Orange, California. Rodriguez. The windup, a 1-2. Sweeney swings and misses, and Rodriguez strikes him out on a slider. Rafael Rodriguez strikes out a 5-time American League All-Star. And Sweeney is 0 for 3 against Rodriguez. Now it's Dee Brown. Brown hit a flare that looked like a liner in the 3rd that forced Dwayne Bacon to charge in and make a somersaulting diving catch. Brown walked in the 1st. Sitting on a 9-game hitting streak, looking to extend it. The Rodriguez pitch. It is a little high, ball 1. A ball and no strikes on Brown. The pitch on the way, and he fouls it off. On the left side, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Angels, no trades today. There was talk of the Angels being interested in a number of players, ranging from Craig Wilson to Miguel Tejada, as a changeup is fouled by Brown at the plate, strike 2. Angels reportedly were interested in Shea Hillenbrand before the Blue Jays traded him to San Francisco. Tejada was not traded. Alfonso Soriano was not traded. The Nationals have said they're going to try to re-sign him and extend his contract. The biggest trade was Bobby Abreu. Maybe Greg Maddux eclipses that, going to the Dodgers. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Brown. It's very high. So Bill Stoneman going with a status quo. Of course, we remember that today is just a deadline for trades that don't involve waivers. You want to make a trade for the next month, it has to involve waivers. A 2-2 pitch. Brown swings, grounds it to first. Right there is Porter to field a hard ball. Takes it for the unassisted put out. A nice scoop out there by Porter for the second out of the inning. 4 in a row set down by Rodriguez. There's 2 gone in the 6th, bringing Mitch Maier to the plate. It always seemed that when you were talking about the trades that the Angels may be talking about, it always involved Brandon Wood or Howie Kendrick, Irvin Santana, Jared Weaver. Those are the names floated out there. I don't blame Bill Stoner for not trading those guys. The pitch to Maier, low ball 1. The fact is, the Angels right now, they're hitting the ball just fine. They may need a little help when pitching if Bartolo Colon can't come back from his elbow problem. Pitch inside to Maier makes it 2-0. Then again, Joe Saunders could become a stalwart in that rotation, or at least help every 5th day. A 2-0 to Maier is popped up out of play. Strike 1 on Maier. The count 2-1. Nobody on base for Maier. Left-hand batter is 0 for 2. The pitch is hit hard and through the right side of the infield for a base hit. Diving at 10th by Rodlin. But nowhere near the baseball. Maier extends a hit streak to 11 games in a row with Wichita's 3rd base hit. A clean single for Maier. That'll bring up Donnie Murphy. Honestly, I cannot see the Angels trading Santana, Weaver, Wood, or Kendrick. None of them. The way Howie is hitting right now for the Angels, they're putting him in the lineup at first base out of position just to get his bat in there. Murphy the hitter. Here's a pitch. Fastball for a strike at the knees. All right, you don't trade Brandon Wood either. Wood has too much of an upside. And you just don't trade him. An 0-1 to Murphy is outside, 1-1. Some Angels fans criticize Stoneman for standing pat, not making the big trade. They wanted him to make a big trade in 2002. He stood pat, and the Angels won the World Series. They still made the playoffs the last couple of years, and they're still in contention this year, just a half game out. 1-1 to Murphy. It's low from Rodriguez, 2-1. Here at Little Rock, the Travelers have a 9-0 lead over the Wichita Wranglers. Wranglers have won 9 of 11, and they've averaged over 7 runs per game the month of July, but Rodriguez keeping them quiet. 2-1 pitch. Murphy swings, bloops it over third, a base hit to left. Haynes coming in quickly to get to the ball. Maier will hold at second base. And it's back-to-back base runners for the first time of the night for the Wichita Wranglers. That'll bring up Kila Ka'aihue. Ka'aihue has walked and struck out. Came in batting 194. Travs put a little shift on him. Not a deep shift. Wood is still on the shortstop side of second, but he's playing up the middle. Rodlin roaming at second base. And here's a pitch to the left-hand batting Ka'aihue. Fastball just missed outside, 1-0. Rodriguez got 2 outs to start the inning. Sweeney struck out. Brown grounded to first, so hit it hard. Maier and Murphy with back-to-back singles setting up Ka'aihue. A 1-0 pitch. It's low on a slider, ball 2. All right, your hope is that the home run ball doesn't start to get to Rafi a little bit. He has allowed a league-high 23 homers. He's been keeping it lower in the strike zone today. Dangerous count, however, to Ka'aihue. The 2-0. A high fastball, 3 balls, no strikes. Three walks so far for Rodriguez and a 3-0 count on Ka'aihue, who walked on 4 pitches in his first appearance. Here it is, ball 4, high and inside, and Rodriguez loads the bases. So they're loaded up for Baco. I'm bringing a visit to the mound by pitching coach Ken Patterson. As Baco starts to smooth out some dirt in the batter's box. So Rodriguez facing his first real test of the night. It's only the second time Wichita has had men in scoring position. They had Alex Gordon for the 1-out double in the first inning, but Rodriguez was able to strand him at third base. They didn't have another man reach second until here in the 6th. And he'll go up against the big leaguer Baco. Baco batting from the left side. With the bases loaded in his major league career, he bats .333, but no grand slams. Baco is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second, flied to right. Over the series, Baco is 0 for 6. 2 outs, the biggest point of the game for Rodriguez. He'll go from the windup, and the pitch. It tails outside, 1-0. Travelers play for Baco to pull it on the infield, and the outfield straight away. Evans a few steps to the gap in right center. Here's the windup and the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2 inside, and Rodriguez has missed with 6 in a row. Two balls, no strikes. He needs to come with something to hit. The pitch, swinging a hard shot, slowly goes for shallow right, sliding stop by Rodlin. He flips to first. Baco beats it. Maier scores from third base, and the Wranglers get on the board. They keep the bases loaded for Ángel Sánchez. Credits Baco with an infield hit. So he hit the ball very hard on the right side of the infield. The grass slowed it down, giving Rodlin a chance. But Rodlin had so much ground to cover. The ball was hit right between him and Porter that even though he got to the baseball and Baco doesn't run all that well, he beat it out. Action of the Traveler bullpen as Miguel González starts to loosen. Here's Ángel Sánchez. Bases loaded. It's an 8-run lead for the Travs. The pitch. Low ground ball to third base. Brown picks it up. He throws to second, and Rodlin couldn't catch it. It goes to short right field. 1 run will score. He picks it up. Here comes Ka'aihue trying to score. The throw late. Throwing to second base is Wilson, and running him back to first base Wood, but he couldn't throw, trying to get Sanchez, who reaches on an error on Eric Rodlin. A perfect throw by Brown. That was right into Rodlin's glove, but it was in and out of the webbing of the mitt. 2-run score on the play, and Wichita is now within 6. No RBI for Ángel Sánchez. He is credited with a fielder's choice. The error brings Ka'aihue and Murphy home. E4. It's Rodlin's 12th of the year, and it's been a while since Rodlin last committed an error. Baco goes to third base. Sanchez was trying to run to second, but Wilson threw into second base. Wood was running him back to first, but no one was there for a throw at first. So the inning continues. 5 batters have reached after there were 2 outs. Chris Lebansky the batter, and it's now a 9-3 score. Lebansky is 0 for 3. Pitch on the way. High fastball, 1-0. Rodriguez knows he should be out of the inning. Brown, again, threw that very accurately to second base, and Rodlin is pretty sure-handed. Unable to bring it in. Rodriguez, 1-0 pitch. Lebansky jumps away from a fastball inside, 2-0. First error on the night for the Travs, and that really opens up the door for Wichita. 2-0 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to deep right, and Evans won't even watch that one. It is over the screen monster. It's a 3-run homer for Chris Lebansky. Wichita has scored 6 runs with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Lebansky's 11th home run of the year makes it 9-6. A hanging 2-0 slider dead down the middle of the plate, and Lebansky crunches his 2nd home run of the series. RBIs up to 57 for Lebansky, and goodness gracious, the Wranglers right back into it. That's going to be it for Rodriguez, though he should be out of the inning. Rafi gives 5 2/3 very strong innings, and then the bottom falls out, and he is pulled for Miguel González. So the Travs that cruised until the 6th are no longer cruising. It's now a 3-run lead. González enters. Rodriguez leaves. The call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Go online to att.com and check out their amazingly low price for blazing fast, high-speed internet. Order today and get your high-speed internet at a dial-up price online at att.com. The new AT&T, your world delivered. González, the new pitcher, will take a 60-second break. Travelers 9, Wranglers 6 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out att.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if att.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at att.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill credited applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FDSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/other details. Not available in all areas.
Well, what once was a 9-run lead has dwindled down to 6. The Wranglers rallying in the 6th inning. 6 runs. Wichita has scored those 6 runs on 4 base hits. 1 huge error opening up the door for 5 unearned runs to score against Rafael Rodriguez. So Rodriguez forced to leave after he had allowed only 2 hits through his first 5 2/3. He doesn't get another out. It's Miguel González to take it for the moment. The 6'1" right-hander from Guadalajara, Mexico, makes his 22nd Traveler appearance, and he's facing Alex Gordon. The pitch to Gordon is swung on and missed with a split-fingered pitch, strike 1. Rodriguez goes 5 2/3, allowing 6 hits, 6 runs, just 1 earned, walked 4, struck out 4, and allowed that home run to Lebansky, which ended his night. Here's a 0-1 to Gordon. Swing and a miss, same pitch, the splitty, strike 2. Gordon is doubled, walked, and grounded out. He's 1 for 2. Nobody on base. A 3-run Traveler lead. Gordon is the 9th batter of the inning. And González is ahead of him 0-2. Next pitch, fastball stayed high. Miggy, no wins, 2 losses, 3 saves, a .585 earned run average. Saw him pitch on Friday, and the Travs 18-8 loss, allowing 2 runs. The pitch in the dirt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gordon. The kick of the pitch, a little blooper towards third. Brown there to make the catch. And now that's the final out of the 6th inning. Wichita scores 6 runs on 4 base hits. 1 error and nobody left. Travelers lead 9-6. Last of the 6 coming up on Air America Little Rock 1380.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safer. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the Safe Driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Leading off the Travelers shortstop, Brandon Wood.
Now the Travelers' lead is not so big now. It's a 3-run cushion, and it is 9-6. Arkansas led by 9 going into the last of the 6th inning. Wichita scores 6 runs, only 1 of them earned, and get back into the game. Juan Cedeno kept the Travs from reaching base in his 1 inning, came on in the 5th, set him down in order. Brandon Wood begins the 6th by taking a pitch inside for ball 1. Wood responsible for 3 runs thanks to a home run in the 2nd, his 23rd of the year. A 1-0 pitch at the high slider, ball 2. Wood has also flied out and popped up. He's 1 for 3. That home run is only base hit in his last 21 at-bats. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a slider. He'll be followed by Brown and Evans. Cedeno, hard-throwing lefty with a good breaking pitch. The 2-1 to Wood. It swings and misses, strike 2. Cedeno with a strikeout to end the 5th. 2-2 pitch. Wood takes down and in. Close one, ball 3. Travelers have walked 4 times. Cedeno is 2nd in the league in walks. The pitch. Ball 4. Wood takes a free base on a fastball that missed low. So Wood reaches base, and the Travelers get that leadoff man on for the 4th time. Here's Matt Brown. Checking the Texas League scores. Tulsa has rallied to a 7-2 lead at Springfield with a 5-run 5th inning. Drillers have homered 3 times. Seth Smith, Ian Stewart, and Tino Sanchez. While the Cardinals get one from third baseman Travis Hansen. Here's Brown, 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Cedeno checks on Wood with a throw over, and he's back in, no play. There'll be a pitcher warming up in the Wichita bullpen. Right-hander Thad Markray starts to throw. Cedeno comes to the belt, now to the plate with a fastball for strike 1 over top of Brown's knees. San Antonio pounding out 10 hits in their first 4 innings, and the Missions lead 8-4 at Midland. Corpus Christi leads at Frisco 3-0, looking to end a 3-game losing streak. 0-1 on Brown. The Cedeno pitch is swung on and missed. Put some sinking action on the pitch, and it's 0-2. Wood with the leadoff walk. Brown the next batter. Evans on deck. Then Porter. Cedeno throws back to first base and forces Wood back in. Brandon with 15 steals in just 16 attempts. And with the Travs leading by 3 runs now, they may have to get aggressive on the bases. We want to see if they can't bring home a couple others. Brown has hit the ball hard twice. Cedeno's pitch. Brown strikes out swinging. Hard, heavy fastball moving down as it came into the zone. 1 away on the 2nd strikeout for Cedeno. And here's Terry Evans. Evans knocked in and scored the 9th Traveler run of the night with his 29th home run of the year. A one-out shot on Musser's 1-0 pitch that went over the Miller Lite backlit sign in left center and hit the screen monster. Terry has also walked and scored, so he's 1 for 2. There's a throw to first base. Wood was leaning, but not all that far off the base. He walked in, no play. Mark Gray still throwing for that Wrangler bullpen. Cedeno coming set. Pitch to Evans. Swing and a high fly foul down the right field line. Life is out of play. That is over the groundskeeping shack and hits the aluminum roof of Greg Johnson's shack area. 0-1 on Evans. With one more homer, Evans ties for the minor league high. Started a home run champion for the minor leagues award last year. 0-1, Evans fouls it away. I don't remember exactly how much money Brandon Wood won for hitting or winning the minor league home run crown, but it was a nice, healthy one-time check. Evans in contention for that check this year. Cedeno, after walking Wood, has thrown nothing but strikes to Brown and Evans. Here it is, and there's ball 1 to Terry. It's down low. Greg Porter on deck with a couple of hits, but the Travelers have yet to record a hit against Cedeno, who replaced Musser in the 5th inning. He goes to the belt, gives a look at first. The pitch, swing and a miss. Slider had Evans leaning, and there's strike 3. Third strikeout for Cedeno out of the last 4 batters. Greg Porter coming up. Porter's made a standout play at first base and drove in 2 runs with a double in the first and later scored. Singled last time up, he's 2 for 3. The pitch is swung on and missed. And Cedeno is throwing some great breaking pitches and fastballs right now. Wranglers might just be looking for Cedeno to go to 2 innings. 0-1 pitch. Wood trying for second. It is a strike to throw. It is high and dropped. And Wood gets another steal. His 16th in 17 tries. And the pitch was outside, by the way. And count apparently 1 ball, 1 strike on Greg Porter. Even if the throw wasn't caught by Sanchez, Wood got under the tag anyway. Large hole through shortstop for Porter, the 1-1. In for a strike on a big, slow slider. Count 1 and 2. Wood at second, and a chance for the Travs to get back ahead by 4. Here's the pitch. Porter swings and misses, and Cedeno strikes out the side in the 6th inning. The Travelers do not score for the 2nd straight frame. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We go to the 7th. It's 9-6 Arkansas on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Are you tired of going to parts stores where you have to stand in line to get your parts and then have to go stand in another line to pay for them? Well, come to O'Reilly Auto Parts, where we have simplified the process to get you in and out faster every time. Best of all, O'Reilly has more knowledgeable people to make sure you get the right parts you need the first time. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts at better prices and no lines to jump around in.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
New windows? You know you need them. Your energy bills are high, and your home isn't comfortable when your windows are drafty and noisy. So who can you count on for energy-efficient windows at a fair price? Sears Home Services. Call Sears now for a free in-home consultation and estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl framed windows have multi-pane glass that may help reduce your energy costs. They glide in smoothly, built in for easy cleaning, and are virtually maintenance-free. And Sears makes getting your new custom-fit windows easy and affordable. Just call 1-800-531-7785 for a free in-home estimate. Not available in all areas. Energy savings may vary depending on your home and windows selected. Ask your representative for written warranty. Products and services provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License number available on request. So replace your old windows. Call Sears now at 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Liberal progressive radio. It sounded like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KBX North Little Rock.
Well, we got 6 innings in the books. They've been 6 pretty wild innings. The Travelers leading 9-6. Travs had a 9-0 lead going into the 6th inning. Wichita scored 6 runs, 5 unearned. And we got ourselves a ball game now for the last 3 innings. To the totals here, starting with the visiting Wranglers. They've scored 6 runs on 6 hits with 1 error, stranding 5. Travelers, 9 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, leaving 6. The starters are out of it. They are the pitchers of record. Rodriguez for the Travelers, 5 2/3 innings, 6 runs, only 1 earned on 4 walks and 6 hits. Neal Musser for the Wichita Wranglers gave up 9 runs, all earned on 4 walks and 11 hits in 4 innings. Miguel González, 2nd inning of work as a Trav reliever, and his first pitch of the inning is low to Mike Sweeney. Sweeney leads off the 7th. He led off the 6th with a strikeout. Sweeney is 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts to short and the K against Rodriguez in the 6th. The 1-0 from González. Sweeney fouls it back 1-1. Action in both bullpens. Mark Gray for Wichita. Bill Edwards for the Travelers. One ball, 1 strike on Sweeney. Brown and Maier to follow. Miguel's 1-1. The curveball found the inside corner. Strike 2. González not a hard thrower, but that split finger can be a strikeout pitch. The 1-2 to Sweeney. Inside, almost hit him on the jersey with a fastball. The count is even. González retired, the only man he faced in the 6th inning, getting Gordon to flare out to 3rd. 3, 4, and 5 batters for him. A 2-2 pitch to Sweeney. Swing and a miss, and the split fingered pitch strikes him out. Sweeney strikes out for 2 consecutive at-bats. Dee Brown standing in next. González's strikeout is 25th as a Traveler, coming in 33 innings now. Dee Brown still looking to extend that hit streak to 10 games. Walked in the 1st. Fly to center in the 3rd with Bacon making a tumbling catch, and Brown bounced out in the 6th inning. Pitch on the way, and the big left-hander takes that split-fingered outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The pitch on the way. Inside and tight, and it's 2-0 on Brown. Going on, 1 man out. The pitch. Pop fly, foul over the bleachers. Goes over the light tower behind the bleachers. Strike 1, 2-1. Leave it up to the Traveler bullpen now. This team should be well rested. Although Rich Thompson probably not available to pitch after throwing the last 3 innings of the doubleheader on Saturday, even with a day off yesterday. 2-1 pitch to Brown. Swing and a miss on a splitty in the dirt. 2-2. I also wonder if Bob Zimmerman is available. Bobby has been used 5 times over the last 8 games. Who goes to close if the Travelers take the lead of the 9th inning? Bill Edwards is warming up in the bullpen. He might come in for the 8th. A 2-2 from González. Brown flies it foul back this way over the press box. Travs 9, Wranglers 6. Arkansas trying to end a 6-game losing streak. The 2-2. Brown, a high fly ball to the right field corner that is hooking. It's going to be a foul ball as it lands over the Traveler bullpen and out of play. Well, long at bat here for Brown and González. 6 pitches. Brown, tough hitter. Another 2-2 on the way. It's slowly tapped to the mound, but it's called foul by the plate umpire, González. And apparently that ball that was hit by Brown first hit him in the foot. So this at-bat continues on the 3rd consecutive foul hit by Dee Brown. Brown with 2 homers in this series. Hit a very solid ground ball last time up. Pretty tough to fool him here at Double-A. The wind-up, the pitch from González. Fastball taken upstairs, and the count now full. Maier waiting. González delivering. The 3-2. Fouled away. Came with a fastball, and it was right in the hitting zone. Brown reacted just a hair late to put it in play and fouled it straight back. So it's a 9-pitch sequence right now. Next one will be the 10th. Here it is. Pop fly down the left field line. That'll be foul at least. Haynes giving chase. So does Brown. So that lands in the visiting bullpen. And another foul ball by Brown. 6 foul balls out of 10 pitches. Well, he's just wasting everything González is sending up there. The splitties, the fastballs. He only threw him 1 curve, and he took it. Brown has swung at 5 of the last 6 deliveries. And another payoff pitch is popped up again out of play. That'll land on the press box roof. Never looked into it really, but who do you think has the advantage after you go 12 pitches into an at-bat? Another 3-2. Ground ball to the hole at short, giving chase Wood. Brown trying to cut it off. He gets in the way of Wood, who has no play. It'll be an infield hit for Brown. Grass slowed it down long enough to force Wood charge in to be too long to really get a play on that ball. So Brown will extend his hit streak to 10 with an infield hit. Maier, the batter. Pitch on the way to Maier is low, ball 1. The tying run now on deck for Wichita. Maier is 1 for 3. Started that 6th inning rally with a single to right. The pitch, high fly ball, deep to center, giving chase Bacon at the track. He's got it measured, and he'll make the catch. Now he's about 5 feet on the warning track, and Maier just got a little bit underneath the baseball. Maier's had plenty of success against the Trabs this season with 4 of his 12 homers against Arkansas, and that one was close. But it is the second out of the 7th inning, bringing up Donnie Murphy. Murphy singled to extend that 6th inning and scored on the error from Rodlin. He's 1 for 3. Target moves inside the pitch. It's popped up out of play. It'll go behind the plate and either hit the roof or go over it. Count is 0-1 on Murphy. Only an infield single so far with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Murphy a swing, a slow ground ball towards the left side, picked up by the third baseman Brown. Fires across, and there's the 3rd out. González pitches a shutout 7th inning, giving up only an infield hit. Strands him in. Will stretch him at Ravinder Field in the middle of the 7th. It's the Travelers 9 and the Wranglers 6 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
sitting on the way, and you can get to Trans online at www.trans.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trans game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Trans online at trans.com. Purchase tickets, grab souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.trans.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We're back to the bottom of the seventh inning, and the Wichita Wranglers bring on their third pitcher of the night. They used Pat Markray for the last of the seventh inning. He was the second reliever. Takes over for Juan Cedeno, who pitched 2 shutout innings and struck out 4 of the last 5 batters he faced. Only 1 base runner against Cedeno. That was a walk to Brandon Wood. So Markray to take it for the 7th inning. Bobby Wilson leads off. 9-6 Arkansas. And Wilson knocked a run home with a blue single in the first. He's 1 for 3. The first pitch is a curveball, and Markray got it over for a strike. He's a converted infielder, Markray is, formerly an early round draft pick of the Cincinnati Reds. He was a third baseman in the late 90s. 0-1 to Wilson. Shattered bat, ground ball to third. Scooped up by Gordon. Plenty of time as he shuffles his feet. His throw a little off line, but Ka'aihue steps in front of the base and puts the tag on Wilson for the 5-3 out. And Wilson 1 for 4. Here are the numbers on Markray. 31 appearances, all out of the pen, and he's had a fine season. 4 wins, no losses, only a 2.44 ERA, and the league bats .230 against Markray. 58 innings, 58 hits, 32 walks, 43 strikeouts. And Markray now going up against Dwayne Bacon. Bacon switching from the left side now. The pitch shows bunt, offers, and misses. Strike 1. Bacon took a couple of walks against Musser in the first 2 at-bats and then popped up in the 4th. It's his 4th chance here. Third baseman drawing in. 0-1. That's a fastball outside to Bacon. 1 ball, 1 strike. Markray quietly stretches. The pitch to Bacon, swinging it in. Nowhere near that curveball, and that's 1-2. Rodman on deck. Travelers haven't recorded a base hit since Greg Porter's 1-out single in the 4th. Musser did retire the last 2 batters he faced before Cedeno set down 6 of 7. Pitch to Bacon, struck him out swinging with a fastball. Wranglers relief corps have now struck out 5 of 7 hitters, with Eric Rodman coming up. Rodman a double and a run scored in the 3rd inning. He's also struck out and grounded out. 1 for 3 at the plate. Left-hand batter, Markray, a right-hand pitch. The high slider, ball 1. Rodman's drop throw in the 6th inning, leading to 5 unearned runs and helping the Wranglers get back in the game. 1 ball, no strikes. Markray comes set, kicks and deals, and Rodman sends a high fly slicing to the left field line. That'll fall foul by a couple of feet. Strike 1. Travelers with 9 runs on 11 base hits. All 9 runs, all 11 hits against the starter, Musser. One and one on Rodman. Markray looking in. Edwards still throwing in the Traveler bullpen. Here's the pitch to Rodman. Swinging a foul ball into the bleachers. Look out in those bleachers. A couple of guys reacted a little late. The ball hit one of them on the side, and they'll get the souvenir. What is it about the bleachers? Sometimes the people sitting in there are a little slow to react. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Inside at Rodman's right shoulder. Could it be the beer can pyramid? No, not that. 2-2 in the dirt. It hit Rodland apparently, and he'll take first base. Markgrave threw that slider straight into the dirt. And it bumped up and clipped Rodland while he was trying to jump out of the way. So Markgrave puts Rodland on base, and that'll bring up Nathan Haynes. For the fifth time, Haynes at the plate. He's walked, doubled, and singled against the starter Musser, scoring a run and knocking one home. And Haynes put the bat on the ball in the fifth inning, but grounded out to short. Left-hand batter. 2 homers and 15 runs batted in. Rodland creeps away a short lead. And the pitch to Haynes is down and in, ball 1. 9-6 Arkansas. Travelers looking to get within 4.5 games of the first-place Wranglers with a win tonight. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice sinking pitch under the knees of Haynes, but it moved a little further once it came towards him. 1 ball, 1 strike on Nathan. Wranglers had the worst record in the league after the first month of the season. 7-16, but did they ever bounce back? Throw over to first base. Rodland dives back ahead of the throw. Wichita hasn't had a losing month since. Won 16 of 30 games in May. Won 16, lost 9 in June. And 16-12 in July. 1-1 count. Haynes waiting. And the pitch from Markgrave. Slow tapper to the mound. Markgrave played that one easy. Underhand flip to first, and the Travelers go with no runs for the third consecutive inning. No runs or hits for the third straight inning, and we'll go into the top of the 8th inning. Travelers 9, Wranglers 6 on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Mitchell, my friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
No, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mat, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Parks, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's the 8th inning now at Rawinder Field, and the Travelers still have a 9-6 lead. It's been a 9-6 lead ever since the top of the 6th inning. And Wichita rallied from back 9, scoring 6, 5 unearned. Miguel González carried the lead after that for an inning and a third, giving up just an infield single with a 1 strikeout. Bill Edwards will try to carry that lead through the 8th. Edwards coming on for his team-high 42nd appearance. 7 wins, 5 losses, 3 saves. ERA is up to 5.89. Bill has given up 9 runs in his last 3 outings, covering 4 and 2/3 innings. And the last time that Edwards pitched on Saturday in that 18-8 loss, he was the Travelers' second pitcher, the first reliever, and gave up 5 runs on 4 hits and a homer. A home run was hit by Chris Labansky. Kila Ka'aihue leads off the 8th and takes outside for a ball. Ka'aihue is the 7 batter. Paul Banco and Ángel Sánchez are due to follow. The Edwards 1-0 is outside, ball 2. Ka'aihue has taken 2 walks and struck out in the 4th. 3 for 6 in the series with 3 walks. Edwards has walked 29 with 33 strikeouts in just under 63 innings, but he's missed with 3 in a row with a fastball tailing high and outside. Here's a 3-0. Strike at the knees with a fastball. Edwards surrendering 80 hits, 323 average against, just 2 homers. So that home run Lubanski hit off him last time was surprising. 3-1, all 4 way outside of Ka'aihue, and Edwards puts a leadoff man on base with a walk. Tying run comes on deck. Paul Bacco comes to the plate. Edwards' 5th walk in his last 3 1/3 innings. His command is in a little suspect. Bacco, the batter, had an infield hit last time up. The pitch to the lefty, and it's out on the outside corner for a strike. Edwards has tantalizing stuff. Low 90s fastball, big curve, and a funky delivery that can be tough to pick the ball up from. 0-1 pitch. Bacco is swinging a liner to center. Bacon moving towards left a few feet, and he makes the catch. Nice grab by Bacon on the first out of the inning. Ángel Sánchez now comes up. So Bacco is 1 for 4. This is the best ball he's hit in the series. Sánchez collected the 2nd base hit for the Wranglers against Rafael Rodriguez. An infield hit in the 5th. But he's 1 for 3. Brown creeping up at third. The pitch. Sánchez chops it foul outside the third baseline. Strike 1. Sánchez has hit slow ground balls each time. 1 to short, 2 to third. It was his ground ball to Brown in the 6th inning, where Matt tried to get the force out at second, but Rodlin could not handle the throw. 2 runs scored on the drop throw, and the Wranglers got within 3 when Lubanski, the next batter, went deep for a 3-run shot. 1 out, 1 on for Sánchez. Ka'aihue doesn't run well. A short lead. Porter holds. Onto the belt, Edwards. Here it is. A fastball hit up the middle. Wood will get to it and back at second base. Bobbles. Goes to Rodlin for the out. His relay will not be in time. They do get the force of Ka'aihue. 6-4 at second base, and Sánchez on the fielder's choice will reach. Now it's Chris Lubanski who comes up. Lubanski with 1 of only 2 homers allowed by Bill Edwards this year. Lubanski homered his last time up today. A 3-run shot that got the Wranglers the last 3 of their 6 runs. Other than that, 1 for 4. A strikeout, a foul out, a line out. Edwards, the pitch from the first base side of the rubber. He delivers, and a fastball at the knees, strike 1. Alex Gordon is on deck. You do not want him batting with the tying run on base. Gordon has 19 homers, and it includes a homer in 5 of the last 6. This is a very important batter for Edwards. Throw to first, back in there, Sánchez. You never want the tying run to come to the plate anyway in the 8th or 9th inning, but you'd much rather have Gordon leading off the 9th without a chance to tie the game. Edwards got ahead with a first pitch strike on Lubanski. And back to the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a high drive to deep center. Bacon back, and at the warning track, it's over his head. He slips, he falls on the track. Here comes Sánchez to third. He rounds it, he'll score. Lubanski wants a triple. He gets a triple. A stand-up 3-base hit for Lubanski. The Wranglers now within 2 runs. The tying run comes to the plate, and Alex Gordon gets a chance. Lubanski with a home run and a triple in his last 2 at-bats. That triple his 8th of the year. And those 8 triples now tie for the league lead with Hunter Pence. Gordon, the batter, he's 1 for 3. A home run will tie it. The Edwards pitch. A changeup just missed outside. 10 runs against Edwards in his last 4 outings. trying to at least hold the lead going into the ninth. The stretch and the 1-ball pitch on the way to Gordon. Swing and a miss. Got a fastball by him. 1-1. Gordon homered doubled in his first at-bat. He walked in the third, grounded out in the fifth, hit a little flare for an out in the sixth. 1-1. Gordon swings and misses at a slider, strike 2. So Bill gets ahead, 1-2 on Gordon. Gordon leaning back. They'll try to come inside. The pitch. Curveball fouled at the plate. What was once a 9-run lead has been cut to 2. It is very much like the Travelers' last appearance against Neal Musser. They scored 7 runs against him in the first 3 innings, taking a 7-run lead and won by 2 runs. It was the same score, 9-7. Another 1-2 pitch, high and outside on a slider, and it's even at 2-2. Wranglers have scored 7 runs in the last 3 innings. 1 here in the 8th, a 2-out triple by Lebansky. Edwards 2-2 pitch. Gordon takes it low, and the count full. Bill muscled up on the fastball and tried to blow it by Gordon. Mike Sweeney is on deck. Edwards has walked a batter. Allowed the triple to score Sanchez. And now is full on Gordon. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball. Gordon climbed the ladder with high heat. Edwards does give up 1 run on the 1 hit, but he keeps the lead, stranding a man at third base. We'll go to the last of the 8th inning, and the Travelers lead 9-7 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patience. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Well, Phil, it's Conquer Car Night at Ray Winder Field, Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Traveler team, we've got them. We're the largest Conquer car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free, and the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 Conquer car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Winder Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free Conquer car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Good bounce back there from Bill Edwards to strike out the top hitter so far here in the month of July in the Texas League, Alex Gordon, with a high fastball, and Gordon chased it up out of the zone, and so the Travelers hold the lead 9-7 going into the last of the 8th. But the Travelers offense, which was clicking on all cylinders against Neal Musser, is still looking to get its tracks down against the relief corps of the Wranglers. Juan Cedeno, 2 shutout innings. Thad Markray did not allow a base hit in the 7th, and so the Travelers haven't had a hit since the 4th inning, covering the last 3 frames. It'll be Aaron Peel to lead off the 8th against Markray. Peel scoring 2 runs with a couple of infield hits in the 1st and 2nd innings, but has fouled out and struck out since. Markray's opening pitch of the inning brushes Peel back, ball 1. Peel, Wood, and Brown here in the 8th. All have scored at least 1 run. Wood is homered. Brown doubled 1 home. A 1-0 pitch. He'll take the high fastball, and it's 2-0. Travelers scored 4 runs in the first inning. Peel crossed the plate first after a bunt single. He went to second base when Brandon Wood's fly ball turned into a double play when Haynes was thrown out at third base. Scored on the Brown 2-base hit. Peel gets under the 2-0 pitch and pops it up on the right side of the infield. Can of corn for Murphy, and Peel is 2 for 5 on the pop out. Next up, Brandon Wood. Wood gave the crowd something to cheer for in the second inning when he snapped his hitless streak with a long 3-run homer off of Musser. Wood is 1 for 3 tonight with that lone home run. He walked last time up. Mark Ray. His pitch. And it's hit in the air to deep center by Wood, sending Maier to the warning track. At the wall, he leaps, and it's off the one-bank side. Extra bases for Wood. He crosses second. He wants a triple. Brown all the way from right field throws the ball to the infield, and it is a triple for Wood. A 3-base hit for Brandon Wood, his third of the year. He has tripled and homered. That's 7 bases for Brandon. The minor league leader in extra base hits cracks his 62nd of the year. And the Travelers can jump back to a 3-run lead with Matt Brown coming up. Boy, the ball sounded great off the bat. Maier was a couple of inches away, it looked like, from making a great catch on that high, tall fence in right center. Infield is in for Brown. After his double is reached on an error. Fly to center and struck out last time. The pitch from Mark Ray. Inside with a fastball, and Brown ahead, 1 ball, no strike. So the Travelers waited a while for that 12th base hit, but it's a big one, putting some pressure on the Wichita defense and on Mark Ray. Quietly set. Here's a 1-0 to Brown. Inside again, ball 2. Brown has almost the entire right field corner to work with the right fielder Brown playing to the gap. Lebanski is not playing towards the gap or towards the corner. Medium depth. Straight away is Maier, not giving room either way. A 2-0 pitch to Brown. That is in for a strike. Looks like a split finger. 2-1. So Brown patiently taking the first 3 pitches. Waiting for Mark Ray to give him something to line. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a high fly ball. That is into shallow right center. Underneath it is Maier. Wood tagging. Here's the catch. Wood coming home. Throw coming to the plate. It is cut off. Wood will score on the sacrifice fly. It was cut off by Ka'aihue, the first baseman. That was a decent throw by Maier coming in from right center. Who's to know if it would have beaten Wood to the plate or not, but we will never know. Brown will get the sacrifice fly with his second run batted into the ninth. And Wood scores for the second time. Back to a 3-run lead. It is 10-7. So the bases are now empty for Terry Evans. Evans with a walk and a home run. He's 1 for 3. The homer is 29th of the year, and he chops one to third base right behind the back. Nice play by Gordon. A long throw. Evans is out. Great play by Gordon. That was extremely close. Travelers tack on a very important 10th run to get ahead by 3. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. Travelers lead by 3 going into the 9th. 10-7 Arkansas. Looking to end a 6-game losing streak. We'll see if they can do it after this break on Air America Little Rock 1380.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Got the Travelers leading by 3 runs coming into the 9th inning, a 10-7 score. Bill Edwards remains on the mound, but there is help ready to go in the bullpen. Bob Zimmerman has started to throw. Edwards gave up a run on 1 hit in the 8th. His only inning so far. He's going through the 3, 4, and 5 slots in the order, starting with Mike Sweeney. Sweeney is 1 for 3. Pardon me, this is Sweeney, who was 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Dee Brown is on deck. He's 1 for 3. And then Mitch Maier, who's 1 for 4. The pitch comes to Sweeney, and he hits a ground ball to shortstop. Wood takes a bad hop. He throws it across and gets the out on Sweeney. I don't know of any other shortstop in the league to be able to make that play because Woods is just used to Ray Winder's field. The ball slowed down in that grass, and then once it got to the dirt, it took a weird kind of a bounce to the left, which is to Brandon's right, and he was able to still keep it in his midsection. And Edwards gets the first out of the 9th inning on 1 pitch, and Sweeney is 0 for 5. Dee Brown now stands in. Brown had an infield hit last time up, extending a hit streak to 10. Pitch on the way. Low slider, ball 1. So Edwards going for a save here. He saved 3. The last one was a 2-inning save against Corpus Christi. Pitch to Brown. Broken bat, ground ball to second base. Rodlin, easy pick, a flip, and there's 2 outs. 1 more out, and the Travs can celebrate the end of a 6-game losing streak. Mitch Maier stands in. He's 1 for 3 with a 6th-inning single that started all that hullabaloo, and the Wranglers rallied for 6. It all started with Maier's hit. That was with 2 outs. Here's a pitch. And it is a strike at the knees to Maier. It's 0-1. Right-handed Edwards delivers to the lefty. Maier takes it off the outside corner, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Maier. Murphy on deck. If the Wranglers get the tying run of the plate, it'll be Ka'aihue in the 7th spot. Maybe not a good sign there. Edwards trying to get a new baseball and flipped it past Bobby Wilson. The 1-1 on the way. It is high, ball 2. The beer's on ice. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball along the first base line. Picked up by Porter in back of the bag. It's fair. Edwards there for the flip. And this game is over. Crack it open. 1-2-3 go the Wichita Wranglers in the 9th inning. And the Travelers end that 6-game losing streak. They got ahead by 9 runs in the first 4 innings. And the Travelers hold on for a 10-7 win. And you can put it in the books. So the Travelers get that first win over the Wranglers in the series. Travelers now to 17-21. They pull to the win 4.5 of the first-place Wranglers. Wichita falls to 21-16. And Wichita's 4-game winning streak comes to an end tonight. Winning pitcher will be Rafael Rodriguez. He goes to 5-6. Neal Musser, the losing pitcher, is 4-3. Travelers 10, Wranglers 7. It's the final score. Coming up next, we'll have the Allstate Insurance post-game report. A recap and the totals are next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Since 1901, the Arkansas Travelers have been making memories in the natural state, like John Young launching a home run over the Mills Freeway to win the '77 Texas League title. People still talk about the explosive performances of Captain Dynamite or the Travs leadoff batter for the 1976 season, 3'4" Roscoe P. Stidman, and the unbelievable home run heroics of recent Travs Donnie Murphy and Mike Napoli.
And it's a grand slam! Donnie Murphy wins the game with a walk-off grand slam!
Now you, your friends, and family are invited to create some memories of your own as the Travs charge to the 74th and final season at Ray Winder Field.
Double play ends it. The Travs are the East Division champions.
Come share the excitement as the Arkansas Travelers celebrate their history with another winning season. For tickets, call 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Henry Morales has hit another ball onto the freeway. Get out of here.
The Arkansas Travelers, still the greatest game on dirt.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Welcome back to a very happy Ray Winder Field as the Travelers took up a 10-7 win, holding off the Wranglers late. Travelers had a 9-0 lead. They end up beating Wichita by a final score of 10-7. Thanks for tuning in to the Allstate Insurance post-game report here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. Phil Elson with you as we get through the unofficial final totals tonight, starting with the visiting Wranglers. The Wranglers scored 7 runs on 8 base hits. They commit 1 error and strand 8. The Travelers with 10 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, left 7 men on base. Well, the Travelers rallied in the first and the second innings against Wrangler left-handed starter Neal Musser. Started with Nathan Haynes lead-off walk in the first. Aaron Peel then tried to drop down a bunt, but there was no play at first base, so Peel was safe with an easy bunt single, pushing Haynes to second base. Haynes would try to advance on a fly ball to center, hit by Brandon Wood, but Mitch Maier threw him out, so the double play put Peel at second base. And then the Travelers exploded. Matt Brown with a drive to center field, sending Maier to the wall. Maier almost made the catch, but the ball popped out of his mitt when she crashed into the wooden fence. Peel scored on the play, and it was 1-0 Arkansas. Musser then put Evans on base for the walk before Greg Porter doubled over the head of Chris Levansky in left field, who was playing shallow. The double brought both Brown and Evans home, and the Travelers had a 3-0 lead. Then Bobby Wilson hits a pop fly over the first baseman Ka'aihue's head. Ka'aihue going down the right field line, tried an over-the-shoulder catch, but he bobbled it and it dropped in fair territory. Wilson awarded a base hit, and Porter scored on the play. It was 4-0 Travelers going into the second inning. They would score 3 more runs against Musser in the second. Haynes on an 0-2 pitch doubles past first base before Peel hits a dribbler on the right side of the mound. It was played by Musser, but Ka'aihue also tried to play it, opening up first base. Nobody covered. and Peel beat it out. An infield hit moved Haynes to third. Brandon Wood then stepped in with a hitless streak in 19 consecutive at-bats, and he drilled a 3-run homer over the left field wall. 23rd home run of the year for Wood, and the Travelers led 7-0. They tacked on another run in the third against Musser with a 1-out double by Eric Rodlin. He would move to third on a wild pitch and score when Haynes shot a base hit past the drawn-up infield. It was 8-0 at that point. The Travelers put on another run in the fourth when Evans hit a home run for the second night in a row. His 29th overall, his 14th in the Texas League, and that made it a 9-0 lead for the Arkansas Travelers. Things were looking great for Rafael Rodriguez over his first 5 2/3 innings. He limited the Drillers to just 2 base hits and walked 3, struck out 3 as well. Only one man had made it as far as third base until the 6th inning when Rodriguez got 2 very quick outs. But Mitch Maier extended the inning with a base hit to right field. Donnie Murphy then lined a base hit to left, and Rodriguez walked Ka'aihue to load the bases. Paul Bacco then hit a ground ball to the second base hole with Rodlin making a sliding play, but Bacco beat the throw. Maier scored on the play for the first run for the Wranglers. And then Ángel Sánchez hit a routine ground ball to third base. Matt Brown came up with the ball cleanly, tried to force Bacco at second, but his throw to Rodlin hit Rodlin in the glove, bounced out of the glove, and went into short right field. 2 runs scored on the play, and the Wranglers at that point within 6. Very next batter, Lubanski crushed a 2-0 slider over the right field screen monster to the freeway, and that was his 11th home run of the season. Wichita then got within 3 runs. It was 9-6. Travelers offense had slumped against the first reliever, Cedeno, who threw 2 shutout innings, and Sad Markray set the Travs down to the 7th. Miguel González replaced Rodriguez after the home run by Lubanski in the 6th. He got Gordon to loop out to third, and González pitched a 1-2-3, not a 1-2-3-7, but just an infield single in that scoreless 7th inning. And then it was Bill Edwards coming on for the 8th. He issued a leadoff walk to Kila Ka'aihue, who held at second base when Paul Bacco lined out to center field. That was followed by Sanchez's ground ball to shortstop. It was up the middle when Wood took it and back at second. A little bit of a fumble with a baseball costing the double play, but they did get the out at second base. 6-4 Ka'aihue forced and Sanchez reached. That was followed by a line drive to center by Lubanski. They went over Bacon's head for a triple, scoring Sanchez. The Wranglers had the tying run come to the plate, but Edwards recovered and struck out Alex Gordon for the final out of that inning. Then the Travelers get that last run in the 8th against Markray when Wood hits a 1-out triple to the center field wall and scores ahead of a throw on the sac fly by Matt Brown. That made it 10-7. Edwards made it stick, setting down the Wranglers in order in the 9th, getting Sweeney, Brown, and Maier all in order to latch on to his 4th save of the year. The Travelers win it 10-7. The winning pitcher, Rodriguez, is now 5-6, with Neal Musser falling to 4-3. He's lost each of his last 3 decisions. Edwards saved his 4th. Ball game took 2 hours, 36 minutes to play, and the paid attendance, 2,876. Travelers now at 17 wins and 21 losses in the second half. They pulled within 4.5 games of the Wranglers, and Arkansas overall 41-66. Wichita at 21-16 overall, and in the second half, that's their record overall. They are 55-52. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report, we check the scores from the majors in Texas League on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. This is Arkansas Traveler Baseball and the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not
No, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
0 is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because 2 great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. The Travelers pick up a victory over the Wichita Wranglers with a 10-7 final score And checking the other scores across the Texas League, no other finals. Tulsa has streaked ahead of Springfield 10-6. That game is in the top of the 7th inning. Wranglers, the Drillers took the lead with a 5-run 5th inning, but Springfield answered with 4, only to see the Drillers tack on 3 more in the 7th. And again, it's the Tulsa Drillers leading Springfield 10-6 in that middle of the 7th inning. 3 Driller homers hit by Seth Smith, Ian Stewart, and Tino Sanchez, while Travis Hansen goes deep for Springfield. With Wichita losing, the Cardinals are now 4 games back. The Drillers 5 games back. The Travelers 4.5 out. Over in the South Division, no finals yet, but they're coming to a close at Frisco, where the Rough Riders hold a 4-3 lead over Corpus Christi. Frisco scores all 4 runs in the 6th inning as they look to win their 4th straight over the Hooks. San Antonio opening up an 11-4 lead at Midland in the top of the 7th inning. Mission's looking to extend their lead in the South to 2.5 games over the Rockhounds. Over to the major leagues now. Here are the finals that have come across. Florida over Philadelphia 15-2. The Marlins hit 4 homers in the win. Miguel Olivo, Miguel Cabrera, Jeremy Hermida, and Dan Ugla all go deep. Johnson the winner. He's 9-5. Lieber the loss. He is 4-8. In the American League, Minnesota beats Texas 15-2. Torrey Hunter and John Rabe each hit home runs for the Minnesota Twins. Hunter with his 15th. Mark Teixeira and Nelson Cruz go deep for the Texas Rangers. Carlos Silva gets the win for Minnesota. He's 7-9, while former Midland left-hander John Reinecker gave up 8 runs in the first 2 innings and falls to 4-5. White Sox double up Kansas City 8-4. They scored all 8 of their runs in the first 3 innings off Livan Hernandez. Off Renelvis Hernandez, former Wichita Wranglers, falls to 2-6. 3 White Sox homers, Jermaine Dye, Joe Creedy, and Alex Cintron. Jose Contreras back on the win column, on his 10th of the year. Tampa Bay outlasts Detroit 7-3 with Casey Fossum out-pitching Kenny Rogers for the win. Fossum 5-4, Rogers 11-5. Travis Lee and Damon Hollins go deep for the Devil Rays, while former Traveler Dimitri Young hit his 4th home run for the Tigers. Craig Monroe at his 15th. Seattle 10-5 win over the Baltimore Orioles. The Mariners scored all 10 of their runs after the 5th inning. Got homers from Richie Sexton and Kenji Jojima. Sexton was 23, Jojima 12. Melvin Mora, Brian Roberts, and Nick Markakis went deep for the Birds. Nick Mateo the win. He is 6-4. Adam Lowe in the loss. He's 1-3. Boston comes back to beat the Cleveland Indians 9-8. And it looks like David Ortiz had another walk-off home run. He had 2 home runs in the ballgame. The Red Sox won it with 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. And wouldn't you know it, it was David Ortiz doing it again as he goes deep off Fausto Carmona, making a winner of Kyle Snyder. It goes to 3-2 with 4 1/3 shutout relief innings of David Wells. Wells gave up 8 runs in 4 2/3. Snyder struck out 6, but Big Poppy, 2 homers on the game, 4 RBIs, and the game-winning homer off of Ortiz bat. He is just something else. Ortiz now with 37 home runs in the season. Manny Ramirez and Willie Mopena also joined him with home runs. A couple of homers for Casey Blake for the Cleveland Indians. So the Indians still lose that ball game 9-8, a heartbreaking loss. Angels and the A's in a battle for first at Anaheim's Angels Stadium. It is a 0-0 score in the 4th. Danny Herron and Urban Santana squaring up in an outstanding matchup of young pitchers. In the National League, it's the top of the 3rd at AT&T Park, where the San Francisco Giants tied with the Washington Nationals 1-1. Colorado got a home run from former driller Matt Holliday, his 20th, and Garrett Atkins chipped in with his 15th. It's the Rockies 4 and the Brewers 2 at the bottom of the 8th. And the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Chicago Cubs are into the 9th inning at Wrigley Field. Arizona has hit 6 home runs, and they lead 15-4. Stephen Drew, last year's first overall pick, hit his first Major League homer. Orlando Hudson has hit 2 home runs. Eric Burns, Sean Green, and Chad Tracy all chipping in with long balls. Meanwhile, the Cubs get one from Aramis Ramirez. And again, that score, the Arizona Diamondbacks 15 and the Chicago Cubs 4. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report, we'll wrap things up after the Travelers' 10-7 win over Wichita on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Well, Phil, it's Clunker Car Night at Ray Winder Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Traveler team, we've got them. We're the largest clunker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free, and the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 clunker car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Winder Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free clunker car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Well, a victory for the night on the Arkansas Travelers, a 10-7 win over the Wichita Wranglers. Arkansas breaks a 6-game losing streak in the process and stops Wichita's winning streak at 4 games in a row. Your official final totals now. The Wranglers score 7 runs on 8 hits. They commit 1 error and leave 7 men on base. Travelers with 10 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, stranding 7. The winning pitcher tonight is Rafael Rodriguez. Gave up just 1 earned run, 6 total runs on 6 hits, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts in 5 2/3. Rodriguez picks up his 5th win against 6 losses. ERA is 6.82. Neal Musser takes the loss. It's his 3rd consecutive losing decision. Musser gives up 9 runs on 11 hits and 4 walks, a couple of homers in 4 innings, plus, and 4-3 record for Musser and a 5.81 ERA. Bill Edwards goes the last 2 innings, allowing a run on 1 hit, a walk, and a strikeout, saves his 4th. Time of game was 2 hours, 36 minutes, and the paid attendance, 2,876. Now let's see if we'll name our BC Powder player of the game tonight. We'll go to Brandon Wood, who had a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning, giving the Travelers what turned out to be their margin of victory. And made it a 7-0 lead. They would win by 3. Wood ended that hitless slump with that 3-run homer at 19 consecutive at-bats, and then he scored the insurance run after a triple in the 8th. So all told tonight, Wood, 2 for 4, 7 bases, a home run his 23rd, a triple his 3rd, scored 2 runs, and knocked in 3. Brandon Wood, tonight's BC Powder player of the game. BC Powder will get into your system fast, and it'll go to work fast. Headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. The Wranglers still win this series. It's 3-1 at the moment. We wrap it up tomorrow as the Travelers will send Chris Hunter to the hill, a right-hander with a 2-10 record and a 6.85 ERA. It'll be Junior Herndon for Wichita, also a right-handed pitcher. 8 wins, 4 losses for Herndon, and a 4.23 ERA. And before we move any further, a note, and we mentioned it a couple of times during the broadcast, Tyrone Boykin, the Traveler manager, left the team today to be with his parents, his mother falling ill, and I'm not sure if Tyrone is going to be with us for the remainder of the season, so I guess I saved it to the last moment. Tyrone, never mind the fact that he has been a batting coach and a manager with the Arkansas Travelers for parts of 4 seasons. He's been a very good friend to myself, to every member of the Travelers front office, to most of the guys in that dugout, which includes the coaching staff. Ty Boykin is one of the friendliest, standout people that you could ever meet in the game of baseball. And although the Travelers pick up a win without him tonight, the team still lacking a little bit of the energy that Boykin brings to this team day in and day out. We certainly will miss Tyrone Boykin and hope that things go well for his family, and that hopefully sometime he's able to come back to Little Rock as a manager, as a roving instructor. But he's so important in the Angels system, and we will miss Tyrone for the remainder of the year. But next up, it's Game 5 of the series tomorrow night, 7:10 first pitch. The gates will open at 6:10. We'll have the ITT Tech pregame show at 5:50 right here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KPXE. So for Benny Petrie back at the studios and our friends at minorleaguebaseball.com, we thank you very much for tuning into our broadcast tonight. I'm Phil Elson, and from Ray Winder Field in Little Rock, Arkansas, it was the Arkansas Travelers snapping their 6-game losing streak with a 10-7 win over the Wichita Wranglers. We'll be talking Traveler baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.